Oka Studios. Hey there. Sean Solo 8. Salacious. Rum. Together, we're unstoppable. We are, of course,
this is the official video, of course.
Freeman and Monkey Lizard.
This is the official
Bringing out
video.
toys to play.
This dude's got the official video.
That's right, Freeman and Monkey Lizard.
Not like the unofficial
Bringing out
video.
toys to play. Freeman and Monkey Lizard. Hello there. It's Saturday night, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and 10 p.m. The Queen's time.
Yeah,
We are 2 men and a monkey lizard this week. Sean Solo's at work, so we went out in his honor. We miss you, buddy.
Doesn't that guy make enough money on YouTube that he could just retire?
Yeah, he did. He got $100 YouTube check this month, so he's like, I'm out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm retiring.
I got $100 in like 3 years.
yeah.
So tonight we're going to get into quite a few things. Probably some normal arguments between the
You
group.
think so? We're not going
Weekly
to argue.
pickups,
Never.
maybe offerings to the toy gods.
Yeah.
I do have a what's in the box, and then this week's Dude Games is going to be, we're going to rank Phase 4 of the MCU, which has been clearly explained and defined. But first, let's welcome
that's
our...
from Iron Man, the first Iron Man to today, right?
Yeah, if you're on the British space calendar, yes.
Okay.
So joining us from San Diego, which is German for Wales Vagina, is Oakhurst Studios Vern.
Hello, everyone. Hey, did you see Collecting Star Wars' tweet earlier this week? He was talking about eating during a live stream. How did you guys vote? Because I think it's completely inappropriate. I couldn't do it.
Is that like a bowl of ice cubes and water?
Yeah, because
Are you drinking it? Or are you drinking it or eating it?
make like a lot of noise.
I thought you actually had like some cereal in there or something.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine eating while live streaming? That's
Those chips look
ridiculous.
delicious. Looks delicious.
I'm gonna
We
get a little
have
more of my
everybody's
soup.
favorite monkey lizard, Salacious Rum.
Basically, every rule, every piece of advice on how to do a live stream and how to do a podcast, we do the opposite. We do exactly the opposite.
I'm having some of the Queen's tea this evening.
Well done.
Thank you to Her Majesty for her personal tea stash.
About time, after you chucked a load of it in the sea. That's not how you drink it, though. You
That sounds
slurp
really
it.
good.
If you were slurping in front of the Queen, she'd have you on your knees.
I definitely would not eat or drink on a live
Delish.
stream.
I
Welcome to
wouldn't either.
Salacious. And then our good friend Sean Solo is not here this evening, so he's at work. We miss you, buddy. In chat, first in was G-Force. What up, dude?
G.
What up, Left Coast?
Brick.
He ignored
Eric
me.
is
I asked him a
here.
question. I asked G-Force a question in DM, and he just left me hanging. But that's normal. Salacious
Eric
does it
wants
all
to
the
know
time.
if Peacemaker is number one. So, I mean, if we're going to go MCU adjacent, I guess Peacemaker would be number one if we're going
How is
MCU adjacent.
How is that adjacent?
Look, dude, adjacent is just a license for whatever
Listen.
you want it to be.
Marvel shows
Right.
stream on a streaming app.
Right.
Correct.
Peacemaker
And you watch them on a
streams
television.
on a streaming app.
Right.
And you watch it on a television, so
Right.
it's adjacent because you're consuming media on your television through a streaming app.
And you probably watched some in like picture-in-picture while you were looking at other stuff.
Can I have Emmanuel Returns then on my MCU list?
You can have Mac and me. What's up, Jonathan?
Linky.
Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey.
So GeForce went to 10 stores today
Bloody
and could
hell.
only find a record 4.5 of them.
4.5 of the stores he went to?
No, his phone ran out of battery. Bless him. Jesus. Bless
Oh
him.
wow, we got a lot of chat. All right, let me do a Vern shot clock here. All right, people
Cool.
saying hi to
Okay,
each
ready?
other.
Can I
Said
strap in
Jonathan,
first?
Eric.
You're making me nauseous.
Super Awesome Geek Show.
Too slow.
Fuller's
You're going too
Figures. What up,
slow.
dude?
That's
Have we
fine.
set the
Going too
rule?
slow.
Yes. So the rules of engagement have been clearly set for this episode.
Have they?
There are 5 films and 6 Disney Plus series for a total of 11 options, and we are going to rank 11 through 1 the
Let me
MCU
list them
Phase
for
4.
you. Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
What about if they're not out in your territory?
Avengers Endgame, Avengers
What-
Infinity War.
Everything's
about-
out in your territory.
No, that was not.
What's not released in your territory?
MCU adjacent stuff isn't released in my territory.
Yeah, we don't have to do the MCU adjacent,
I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
but
Well,
you've read the
that's not-
spoilers.
Hold on. Is it playing in a theater that you could go to?
The answer would be yes.
So you chose not to see it.
You didn't do your homework. Didn't do your homework. What's up, Gerard Kane? Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Gerard, so I have to contend with.
Yes, I believe the rules this week are very, very clearly defined. And
It
when
is.
we get to the spreadsheet, I actually have all the options listed out. Even
Oh,
that's how clearly
Oh,
defined
oh,
this is.
Oh,
oh,
very good.
oh.
What's up,
Very
Mikey
good,
in
very good.
Houston? Thanks for
Mikey.
stopping by. All right, we got the
Mikey.
Vern shot clock going. Sean is out rounding up some more llamas as well as
Yes.
symbiote Spidey figures.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, here's my Halloween rubbish if you guys ever wanted to see it.
Don't buy it. Don't buy it. There's Free Men and the Monkey Lizard design on the shop. It's much better.
Fuller's
Buy that one.
Figures says Vern's t-shirts are made from 100% material,
100% copyrighted.
fully copyrighted. That's great.
They
These are made
it's
from
true. It's true. Try to take one of my designs and put it. I got the email from Teesprings, and everything is copyrighted now.
I've got to get my lawyers onto this.
All right, go
now.
get 'em.
Do you have
Monkey lizard
space
lawyer.
monkey lawyers, or what
Yeah.
kind of
They work
space
for
Yeah,
banana
I have, but to be totally honest with you, they ain't that successful really. They lark about a little bit too much. They don't have great success rate. So
What's up, Brian? So Jonathan is curious if those T-shirts would be on sale anywhere.
Yeah,
only on
Teesprings
Vern's
store.
store apparently. Only
Yep.
only.
If you go to my
all-
YouTube channel, you can see
all
the
of our
merchandise links, and then if you
all of
click
our
on one,
IPs
it'll
on
take
there,
you to
but-
my Teespring store, or you could just go to my Twitter or YouTube page and just get right to it. And if you're going to order something, let me know so I can put the price down to next to Neil, whatever they charge, and we'll take care of that. If you find something
So-
you like, just send me a message.
Jonathan's asking is when will the last minute rule change happens? Well,
Yeah,
At
last
the
minute.
last minute.
at the last
question.
minute, yes.
good question.
Hello.
Good question. Good question, though. To be
So
honest,
G4 says, Mikey, you are allowed in the chat without an invite. Vern's
Yes.
invite must be gold plated, but not on the stream.
we've got the Nightbot automatically blocking Vern.
I heard on the last stream, that Salacious was on, I just wasn't invited to stuff. He actually said it
Yeah,
in the chat. He left the
Yeah.
show to enter the chat to
yeah.
tell everybody I wasn't invited. And then
I
I still
warned everyone.
won. Then I
Hey,
still
want to
won.
welcome Big Troy. Thanks for hanging out with us, dude. We
Hey,
appreciate
Big
it.
Troy, how you doing, Big Troy?
Very cool of you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with
Hey,
us.
Troy.
Cap Mule's
Are they-
here. What up,
He's
dude?
back. The mule's back. He's back.
Touche, Vern, says Jonathan.
You mean
All right,
toupee? You mean
because-
toupee? You mean
Because I-
toupee?
Because
Spell checker.
because
You meant
because I
toupee.
used to fence in my younger years with a
When you-
PVC piece of plastic pipe in the backyard. Not officially.
Sonny's here. What's up, Sonny?
Sonny.
So today is also, or tomorrow is also the official 2-year anniversary of the Nerdery's YouTube channel.
Oh,
So
Congratulations,
2
by the
years
way.
ago tomorrow
That's fantastic.
is the anniversary of the first video I ever did, and it was a General Tarkin or Grand Marf. Good grief, Grand
Did you
Moff
open up
Tarkin
your
video.
closet door in that video or something like that?
Mhm.
Welcome to the Nerdery.
Like I was opening up to a portal. Like it was like a whole.
okay.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I need to finish this video because remember we were talking about doing spoof videos of everybody's first
Yeah.
video, YouTube video.
Yes.
I actually started.
Yeah, we talked about that a year and a half ago.
I actually started doing yours, and I opened my closet and I forced everything to fall out. And I was like, "Welcome to the Nerdery," and everything fell out. And I was like, "Man, I gotta find that." I think that would be okay.
Maybe tonight before we end the show, we'll play the opening segment of that, so everyone gets a flavor. But in my mind, it was genius. Like, I'm opening this closet, and then you're entering this portal to a realm where it's like a shelf of it's like one shelf of action figures.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for entering the Nerdery. It's a metaphor.
It was a metaphor for entering the Nerdery.
Yeah.
So
congratulations, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Big achievement. You stuck with it. So
yeah,
and
man.
Your channel's amazing, dude. So well done. Well done.
I really I appreciate your guys' support.
Yeah, there's no rubbish on your channel.
Yeah,
there's tons of rubbish on my channel. Tons of rubbish on my channel. I haven't made a video.
Well, I actually said the store. I said the store, not the channel.
You know what's interesting is I haven't made a video in 2 weeks, but I gained more subscribers than I did the 2 weeks prior when I did 4 videos. So I think I figured out the math. People will subscribe to my channel if I don't make videos. So it's like they're saying if you don't make any more videos, we'll sub to your channel. So,
but to be completely honest, like with your reviews and your comparison videos, you probably have a pretty high percentage of like people that are watching from that are engaging from when it's put out there, and so you have that rewatch. Yeah, you have that rewatchability. So you're probably getting subscribers when people are actually just picking up a video and saying, "Oh yeah, I just picked up this one," and then they go do a search and then they find it, and they'll subscribe that way. I mean, so I think that's a good sign that like a lot of mine just kind of like, especially the rants, they pick up some views and then they just like die off because that time has passed. Basically, It's like a time capsule.
Crazy. I have like 2 or 3 videos that get anywhere from 20 to 40 views every 48 hours, and it's the Luke lights for the DTOF, and then I have an Ahsoka versus Ahsoka video that was comparing like the Rebels first release versus the re-release. Right. And then I have my lightsaber video from Disneyland. Those do get like a lot of consistent views. So I think when people look those really up. Awesome.
I'm still hoping my Bamfer licking you out video will get a second wind.
Will not. I want to say what's up to Ways. That's a good transition to say hello to Ways of the Sith.
Well, hello.
All right. I think we had a couple other people hop in. I want to make sure. So we have a question from Fuller's Figures. Will Vern be reviewing his T-shirts on this stream?
That's a big negative because I wouldn't want to bother you by reviewing a bunch of rubbish.
Yeah.
So Jonathan thinks
don't ask me.
Nothing like a real friend pumping you up.
Don't ask me to post any links anywhere because I'll screw that up.
Hey, Dave's Dimensions here. What's up, dude?
Pal's looking out for you.
I think, hey guys, a little alert for Dave. I think Dave's big stream is next week, I believe, where he's doing the Ride to Roswell. So please sub and support him for his big stream next week.
Steve.
All right.
Connor's like, I want to see.
We got to get a Vern shotgun
T-shirt design.
Yeah, it's great. It's great when a 70-year-old man starts.
I was going to get everybody, all my channel members shirts, but I wouldn't want to send them a bunch of rubbish.
You get a 70-year-old man picking on.
He wants to see Vern's top 10 T-shirt designs, which half of them were designed by Salacious.
One was.
Thank you, Chris.
Best one.
The
top selling one.
Yep. Just don't ask Vern to show you his diorama on a live stream.
The top selling one.
That's right. Nobody's actually bought it.
The top selling one.
Nobody.
So Vern, is having the space rat on a T-shirt considered a loss leader?
If it was on my store, it'd probably sell.
But what's interesting is that you can make all the designs you want, and whether they sell or not, you aren't out anything. So it's kind of like a really cool
I might throw a few things up there then.
Yeah. So you could go to Twitter really and just download one of the pictures that I posted up there if you really wanted one, because that's really most of my shirts are some of the photography that I did. Most of them.
So maybe we'll do. Maybe I'll just do. I'll open up a T-shirt shop that is just Vern's photos,
Yeah.
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should do it.
and I'll label them clearly. I stole this from Vern.
That would be perfect.
I might do. So, do you guys want to talk about what you picked up this week?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, we'll skip Vern and go right to Salacious.
Oh. Right, before I have got a box I haven't opened.
Ooh, what's in the box?
Do you want? We shall do that. Before we do that, though, I just need to say this story, and I want to read a list to you guys, and you can tell me whether this was worth it or not. So yesterday, our good friend Mr. Classic Toys on Twitter messaged me and said, "Salacious, Sona Toys, which is a UK store, is having a flash sale for 1 hour, 66% on all of their
Like
toys."
flash dance sale?
Yeah. 66% on all their toys.
Wow.
And it was for an hour, and it was for limited stock. So I bought this. Can I go through the list, dude? Is that all right, quickly?
Dude, I want, yes.
Tell me what you think of these then.
Do you want to share the list?
I don't know if can I do it without doxing myself?
That's okay. Don't worry. Share it verbally.
So McFarlane Toys Spawn, the Dark Redeemer, for £8, which is the Spawn with the massive wings. Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn for £8. Soul Crusher Spawn for £8. DC Multiverse Robin, the Dark Knight Returns at £8. Marvel Legends, you probably won't like these, but Eternals Icarus, Eternal Sprite for £7 each. T'Challa Star-Lord What If, £7. Multiverse Robin King Death Metal, £6. Rogue Age of Apocalypse, £6. Magneto Age of Apocalypse, £6.
You went to town.
Cyclops Age of Apocalypse, £6. Shadowcat, £6. Legion, £6. Batman Catwoman Unmasked, £6. Batman Penguin, £6. Batman Beyond, £6. Blight Meltdown variant Batman Beyond, £6. Batwoman Unmasked, Batman Beyond, £6. Stealth Suit Iron Man, £6. Lex Luthor, The Dark Side War on his throne, £6.
Is this everything you bought?
Yeah. Last night in 1 hour. I actually put 300 quid
in 1 hour.
Yeah. Batman Hazmat's at £5.
You sound like Forrest Gump right now.
I know.
Fried shrimp, jumbo shrimp.
I know. Jitsu Motu Origins, £5. King Shazam Multiverse the Infected, £5. What If Heist Nebula, £5. And Armored Batman The Dark Knight Returns, £5. I actually put double the amount of figures in my checkout, but when I went to check out, half of them had sold out because it was like a flash sale. So
Right.
£160, saving £329 from the retail price.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's gonna be an awesome box when it shows up.
Yeah, I've never seen a flash sale like that before from an online read, like a time limited one. Do you want to go to someone else? I'm just gonna go and grab a box from the other side of my room, and I'll be back
I
in
don't
a
know.
second.
Well, who else could we go to?
Sean.
Sean? Sean? Hey, why don't we welcome Greedo and Espeedo? What up, dude?
Hello.
We got Manga Fandanga. Welcome.
Hey, see.
Welcome. He says that's a bargain. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's pretty impressive haul. All right, Verno, what'd you pick up this week?
So, you guys do the Amazon treasure truck at all?
All right, so Salacious, did you get that box?
So, Amazon treasure truck had these like pins. They came on that. I got that set. I've been collecting all the ones at Amazon, the little limited edition like pins. This is from Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness set. I forgot that I had any of these retro figures like on pre-order, so this came. It came in pretty good shape. Came in a little bag from Amazon, but doesn't look that bad. So I was happy about that. Little Goodwill pickup.
What did you get?
Well, I got all these. So in this pack was this little Spider-Man. I did a short video on it, and I think it's McDonald's toy because he flips around and he becomes a half Peter Parker.
Oh, that's cool.
Ha-
Like his Spidey sense.
Yeah, something like that. And then he flips around and he's like just Peter, and he's got like a camera. I think it was a McDonald's toy. It had a couple of these Lone Rangers. These are from the 80s. So that was kind of cool. This, I reached out to John over at Super Awesome Geek Show to ask him, and this was in there. He actually has his hat, but I put it down somewhere and I can't find it. But this is from those 89 Batman series. So that's, I think, the villain. Then it had a couple of these.
The villain of Batman 89 was Joker.
Yeah, it's from the toy line. So
I got you.
I think a couple of Jurassic had this little Batman in there. I don't know which line that's from, but it had these, and I'm not 100% sure what these are, but I think they might be maybe some type of Fortnite or something.
That's
I'm
Bob
not
the
100%
Goon, by the
sure.
way. It's Bob the Goon. I've just saw that's Bob the Goon. Is that Batman figure? He's the henchman in the film.
Okay, and then I don't know who this is, but I think this is like maybe a Super 7 or something.
That's Terminator. That's the guy.
Kyle
that
Reese?
Goes up. Kyle Reese. That's Kyle Reese.
Oh, okay.
Vern
So I
buys things now and he doesn't even know what they are.
Well, it's too new, right? It doesn't look like them at all. I think it's one of those Super 7 or reaction figures. They don't look, I mean, they all look the same to me. I'm not wearing my glasses. This is like a Two-Face figure. That was kind of cool that was in there. Had an Iron Man and Black Widow that were in there. That's kind of cool. These are all like about the 3 3/4 inch. Then I had the Street Fighter figure. So that was kind of cool. And then at my Target, I didn't have Wong, and they had him on clearance with the Eternals for some reason. So I got this one. Yeah, I got this guy for like $8. So I picked him up.
He's
and
a cool figure. He just doesn't stand because his robes are so stiff. So he's hard to stand, but the sculpting on him is really cool.
The thing is, I think it's good just to add him in with Doctor Strange and stuff like that.
Yeah, you need a Wong. Yep.
Yeah, it was nice to get him
He's
for like
the Sorcerer
$8.
Supreme, man.
And then I got this Play Arts Kai. This was another Goodwill. It's pretty cool.
Oh, look at that.
Let me see. I think the box kind of ripped apart a little bit, so I can just pull it out. And then I haven't actually opened it, but because the plastic's in front, let me see if I can just even get it back.
Compels you to make your offering to the toy.
So just to really get a better look without the plastic, I think it looks really cool.
Oh, boobies.
It's still got
Is that Batgirl
around it. Yeah. So it's
be careful with those Play Arts. The ones I got just disintegrated out of the box.
This is a number 5 Batgirl variant. I don't know what it's from, but it was an auction lot, and I usually pick up the Play Arts guys if I see them. So, and it was a pretty good deal. So I think it looks really cool.
Wow, okay, that's a really nice looking. What's up, Nathan? Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Nathan said he wishes he didn't have to adult.
Yeah,
that's how we feel all day long.
Right. I think that's it. That's all I got.
So we don't normally ask questions or talk about Vern's diorama. It makes him angry, but we did have a question if you made that diorama.
I did make that diorama.
Unfortunately, you'll never get to you'll never get to see it on this show.
Well, I'll show it on the dude's channel, because if I try to show it on Salacious's channel, he'll just cut away from me. But if you want me to show it, I can show it, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, this thing right here is.
Do you have that box, Bob?
Yeah, got it already.
Okay. So these pieces right here came off of Amazon, and they're actually it's like wall decoration is how they like. It's called fire escape wall decoration, and they have an assembled and unassembled version, and the unassembled one sometimes gets down to about $30. So I did that, and then these are those fiber boards that they sell at Home Depot. They're like a insulation panel, And I used some techniques from Dan Danny that I watched on his channel to make the brick pattern. And then he gave me the suggestion of just doing this lower half to make it look like concrete. So I just put like a seam right here. And then it's basically painted with a black wash so that all the little grooves would get like the black in there. And then a kind of like a dry brush with the red and a dry brush with this gray. I did roll a ball of tinfoil around on the entire surface to sort of get some of the texture in here. And then I did these, this is just out of foam, and this is like cardboard, you know, where you peel off the outer edge of the cardboard, and then it's got the corrugation inside. So that's just cardboard. And then the windows I did are, it's just tinfoil on the back. And then I kind of framed a rectangle of tinfoil with some more foam to make it look like a brick pattern. And I had everything measured for these fire escapes. So there'd be like one window kind of like exiting onto the fire escape underneath the ladder to sort of make it look like a street building. And then I glued them onto heavier duty like fiberboard that's in the back, like wood fiber. And it's like really thin. And then the bolts come through the back and hold these on. And it's totally mountable. So I have a hook on the back, and eventually it's probably going to just be on my wall right here. So it'll just be like, instead of this poster, I'll have the fire escape hanging on the wall.
You could send me that poster then. I have a good home. I'll give it a good home.
Well, this was a limited edition.
Oh, I'm aware.
300. And
no,
if
I'm aware.
I do pull it down and decide to take the frame and use it for something else, my ultimate plan is I probably do a giveaway on that poster if I get to that point. But right now,
you can give it away to me.
I still like it.
I'll give it a good home.
I'm sure. The problem is
Dave
you want a comic from me and you never gave me your address.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So Dave is on the way home from Michigan via Canada back to Buffalo, New York. So thanks for listening, man, while you're driving. Drive safe, man. And remember when you get to Canada, it is kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. So you do not want to be driving miles per hour through Canada. You get pulled over.
And according
people are saying hi. So Mikey in Houston says it looks great, Vern.
Thanks.
Burrito wants to know where you were in Michigan. Yeah, you didn't stop by, Dave. I know you're busy, but and John wants to know if that's edible.
Oh, yummy.
What's edible?
Yummy.
Eric says get some of that roadside poutine.
Oh.
Left Coast is challenging me to use hot glue. Hey, I used power tools within the last 2 weeks. I put up those nice curtains with a curtain rod.
This was really easy to make, by the way, dude. Like if you just had some hot glue wire and like this is like a white foam that I just glued together to make the base. And it's really just the edges that have like the hot glue. And then this piece right here.
Looks rude.
Reminds me of a sock I had when I was about 14.
Looks rude to me. Looks like a Pilly Yum Yum sex instruments.
So I'm saying it looks like a sock I had when I was 14.
Yeah.
Sock. Bedside sock.
It's stronger than concrete. No, you know what, Greedo, I didn't even know there was a Comic-Con until yesterday here in Michigan. I had no idea.
By the way,
I've still never been to any type of con. Maybe someday.
By the way, roadside poutine.
Yeah, there's Motor City. Yeah,
roadside poutine means something different in England.
Is that a clever euphemism?
Yeah.
Gotta be careful when you get that roadside poutine. All right, Salacious, you had a what's in the box for us. Or before I go, I would like to check with Vern cordially. Good Sir Vern, is there anything else you have to show us before I might move away?
No, I did this Kit Bash Migs Mayfield earlier in
Dude, that's so much better than the one we got.
I think it looks all right. I stole this piece from that Q90 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wish it fit a little bit better. But I think for a background.
I think it looks great, dude.
It looks like he's in bondage. It looks like he's in bondage.
I think it looks much better than the repack we got with the ankles that are unposable.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah. But I did find
Yeah,
another
dude.
one of those on clearance, and I did stick the Din Djarin head on there, and the helmet actually fits. So that's kind of like a really cool, right? So you know that repack's coming,
Mm-hmm.
and they already have the head, so that's going to be a deluxe figure for like $41.95.
Wow, dude, we've got some smack talk about proper units of measurement going on in the chat, so it's getting pretty intense.
Oh, it's Connor because he's all. It's Connor's pretending that Ireland is in Europe. Connor's pretending because he's Irish. He's all continental.
Left Coast says go Metric or go home. Metric's a good band. I like them.
What's Metric?
Connor's like, I'm Irish.
They're a good band. So have you guys seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World? So NV Adams and oh man, I'm totally forgetting the name of the band, but the song that they sing is actually done by Metric in that scene with the concert with Envy. So GeForce asks, Vern, did Lady J's camera mount work for MIGs?
I haven't tried it yet.
All right. So Salacious.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric says Edgar Wright is one of the best filmmakers out there. Yeah, I would have loved him to do Ant-Man. I'm guessing his thing was just too far out there for the Marvel formula. But I would have enjoyed him actually getting to do Ant-Man. And if you guys haven't seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, it's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend it.
Another fine Englishman, Edgar. Another fine Englishman. All right, Bob. Okay, we've got a box first up. Arrived today from Star Action Figures. It's a decent size. So I'm not sure what's in it. It's obviously pre-orders because I've not ordered anything in ages. So try not to dox myself. Do that. All right. Let me just put this down for a second. I've got a really nice book to show as well that arrived at Kickstarter from our good friend Jean-Francois, the French collector, an absolute legend in the community. His book that he's been working on for a couple of years arrived today, and it's very nice, I have to say. I've got that to show in a second. Oh, I can't bloody open that. God, Star Action Figures. Right, there we go.
Hey, want to welcome Kat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kat. Here we go. You're all used to seeing this by now.
Dude, I love how they wrap. It's like figure wrapping porn. Like the way that they wrap stuff, man. It's fantastic.
Right. So there's another wave or something. Oh, it's a playset as well. All right, let's get this out. So this is
in the box.
The Navarro Cantina. We'll come to that in a second. And there's another wave. Let's hope it's not the same with the two waves that I got last week. Right, which one is it? Does it say there?
It's Frederick.
Someone in the chat will know what that wave means. We'll get it out. It's vintage collection. So let's move that out of the way. Let's chuck that. There's the book. I'll come to that in a second. Let's do this play set first then.
Because none of the action figure reviewers would know what that means on the box.
Sorry?
Which is funny because you said somebody in the chat will know what that means on the vintage collection box, but none of us.
Well, as you know, Vern, I'm always purposely trying to slight you, so that was me getting a dig in. Obviously, this box is really small. It's actually not that big compared to the Jabba's playset box. It's like half the size. So I was always dubious about this one. Like, have we seen enough of the Cantina for it to be a viable playset? But it looks like it's basically the same kind of mold as the vintage collection Jabba's Palace one. I'll be intrigued to see if you get all of these cups and stuff with it.
Maybe 3 cups.
Yeah. And looks like you get the Imperial Death Trooper inside, although I'm pretty sure we've already got that figure. Am I wrong? Haven't we had that already? Certainly a carbonized version of that, I seem to remember. So I could be convinced to open this if anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, dude. All right, why don't we can make an offering here in a little bit.
Cool.
Proper offering.
And then here is another wave. Let's get they open these up and check them clearly before they send them to you. And if there's a duplicate, they remove the duplicate, and they give you a discount if you buy the wave, pre-order the wave. So that's why I always do it. You basically get like a figure free. So which ones are these? Let's have a look.
Looks like Boba Fett in there.
Clone Trooper. Oh, he's nice.
Is that a 501st? Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Love that artwork on there. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Those are really nice. And I think these are, going to keep going up in value if these are the end of the retro cards with the plastic bubble.
Good point. Yeah. Well, God knows.
Makes me feel vindicated. I kept mine. There she is. They just started filming Ahsoka this week.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm getting confused. Didn't I have one of these last week? Or is this different? This is the Corvus one. I don't know. I'm confused. Oh yeah, because the one I had last week, I'm sure she had white sabers last week. I'm sure I had one last week, and it was the vintage collection one that's got the white sabers. But yeah, that's a nice piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
The art always sells it on these cards, doesn't it? So, and it's Mandalorian, so that's cool. Oh, Yoda. There you go, John. I don't know if you've got this one yet. This must be a repack because it's Empire Yoda. God, look at him. Bless him. What's he got around his neck? I don't remember Yoda having like a red necklace before.
Yeah, he wears something around. He does have a thing around his neck, but I don't remember it being like that big and bold, though.
Yeah. And he's got this little blanket, look, that he sleeps in. So that's
Yoda!
cool.
You see Yoda!
Uh-huh. 218, so I think that's a repack. Let's see what else. Yeah, G-Force.
Isn't that blanket thing the bag that goes on the back of Luke, so he can carry him around?
It could be. Is it Empire? That card, Empire. Yeah. Oh no! If you look at the picture, look, that's what he's. Looks like that. It looks like it could be that. Because he's in a backpack, I think, when he's on the back of Luke, isn't he? I think the back. So I don't know. Could be. Oh, look at that! That's a beautiful figure. Wow.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my Black Series.
So I'm sure this was on the retro. So they're basically doing 2 versions of all these, aren't they? Because I'm sure I had this on the retro last week. That's nice. And that's Mandalorian. Is there anything else in there?
So Eric says the necklace was tucked in on screen.
Okay. Oh, yes. Fennec. So what's this blue thing that she's got? I have no idea what that is.
Probably some sort of a laser blast or something. Or was it like is it like a jug?
It looks like
it's like a jug, huh?
Is it?
Wasn't she drinking out of a jug at the end of Mando season 2?
Ah, yeah, she was. Yeah. So this will be perfect.
I'll take that jug over 3 cups.
So I suppose if you've bought the Mandalorian Jabba's throne set, then you need this figure really, because she's got a stand at the back of it drinking out of this cup, hasn't she? So if you want to recreate that scene, so that's nice. I think that's all of them. And just before I go, I'll move these out of the way. I would like to just show off Jean-Francois's book just briefly, because he's a fellow member of the community. He's actually a proper old school member of the community. He was one of the first. It goes all the way back to the a good few years ago anyway, back from the old BOE days. JF Francois. He's been JF Francois Roland. He's had his YouTube channel for ages, and basically the way he always wanted to make a book And so his there's QR codes all the way through this. So when he's taking photography of something, there's a QR code that you scan on your camera, and it opens up the video on his YouTube page. So this was a Kickstarter. It's a nice big chunky book, and always try and support all the new Kickstarters. And he's done some really nice photography. I don't think it's obviously not to the same detail as the Red 5 book that's coming out. I mean, that thing's an encyclopedia. But it's nevertheless, he's got a nice little signature. Nevertheless, this is a beautifully curated book, and he's gone to here's the QR codes. Look, if you scan that, it opens up a video where he's talking about the Dagobah playset, for example. So his photography in this is fantastic. So major props to JF. I had him on my show about a year ago, and he's a really nice guy. And his book's finally out. I don't know if he's watching this. He may or may not see it. I may direct him to it. But props to you, JF. Congratulations. You've done it. Your lifelong dream of producing a full guide. This is the whole guide. This is every Kenner figure ever released. He's collected all of them. It's taken him years, but he's curated a fantastic book here. And props to you, sir. Well done. Congratulations. It's a fantastic book. I don't know if he's going to be reselling them. I don't know. But you can find JF Rowland for sure on Instagram, and he's got a great YouTube channel as well. So, and look, Gus Lopez has even written the foreword. So I've not had a chance to read it yet. Obviously, Gus Lopez is a legend in the collecting community. So, well done, JF.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So Brian's action figure reviews is here, and he wants to know if we're ready to crown the Eternals the best MCU movie ever. We'll see. It might be Sean's. It might be Sean's.
Could be.
All right, my turn. So I have two what's in the box.
Oh.
So we have this box, which I don't know where it's from.
It's an unusual box as well, that.
It is. It's very... Doesn't sound like it was packed very well. You hear that? Doesn't sound like any bubble wrap, so that's not great. Hopefully it's not a card or something. Great. Is this... I guess this is only ribbed for my pleasure, not to open. There we go. So look at that. Not a shred of anything.
Not good.
I mean, look how big that is. Oversized.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Crimson.
Shadows of the Empire. Yeah, cool. Dude.
Yeah.
Look, they're bent. It's
annoying.
So this is going to get returned to Best Buy. Not accepting it.
Will they let you keep it? Will they let you keep it?
I don't know. Maybe I'll email them. But yeah, I mean, look at that, dude. I don't know. Let me see if I can get the right angle. But like, it's so bent that it's soft. You know what I mean? Like this is a harder thing, but this just got beat to crap. And so I'm totally not accepting that. Look at that, man. The whole point is to have a collectible box. So thanks, Best Buy. That's
good
going
figure.
back.
Though. Good figure though. Cool figure.
How long ago did you order that?
But I had to pre-order that 8 months ago, and I forgot I even pre-ordered it. Like I had no idea that was even coming. So, all right, this next one is from Entertainment Earth, and I don't hear the shakies, so that's good. That really bums me out, man. It wouldn't have killed you to put some bubble wrap in there, but it's going back. I'm just not paying and accepting, for poorly packed, damaged figures anymore. I'm not doing it. All right. So Entertainment Earth, once again, no bubble wrap, but a lot of the tissue paper. And we have...
Oh, DC.
Oh, glorious. It is the Batman Beyond Entertainment Earth exclusive glow-in-the-dark figure.
Oh, I've not seen that before. Bloody hell.
This is an Entertainment exclusive glow-in-the-dark figure. Oh. So you turn out the lights, and I glow. And
Simon's...
all that
Simon's
part there that's white will glows like vibrant green in the dark. So here's a picture of what it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Simon's just had a semi. That is so cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah, dude. This thing is incredible. So even though I'm opening all my McFarlanes because this is an exclusive and I already have Batman Beyond 1 open, I am gonna keep this one in the box as a collector. But this is cool because you have the Jet Blast and then you have the Batarang with it as well, and it does come with 2 extra hands. But as cool as this would look in the Batcave, I already have a Batman Beyond there, and I don't know, dude. I think this stays as a collectible, and the box came in good shape. So.
It's surprising they don't put
their.
It's surprising they don't label the exclusives as like a gold label or something, because
Yeah, this doesn't have a gold label or anything on it.
no, but if it's exclusive, you would have thought if it was some kind of exclusive.
But it is, it is an Entertainment Earth exclusive.
Yeah, never seen that.
So, all right, man, 1 for 2. So this one's 100% a keeper, came in great shape, and the Best Buy Shadows of the Empire going back. So that's my official review of how they package that.
Cool.
That's really disappointing. And what's crazy is I pre-ordered that so long ago, I forgot I pre-ordered it. Like, yeah. I mean, how long we pre-ordered those back in like October, November?
Yeah,
I can't
because I've had my other Shadows of the Empire for months. Like I reviewed that months ago, so I must have pre-ordered it in a spot, and then because I'm looking at it right here. The Carnor Jacks. So
yeah, it was last year.
Yeah. So I must have pre-ordered it in 2 spots or in 1 spot, and then it was probably available somewhere, or I grabbed it, and then I forgot I pre-ordered it.
I think GameStop came up with them all available.
And they're probably on sale or something. Yeah. Yep. That's just disappointing though, that it took that long, and then 2, because if I pre-ordered something and forgot to cancel, I'll keep it because that's on me. You know what I mean? And then it in that still being in box, knowing that most of the plastic stuff like that's going away, I would have kept it. But if you're going to send it to me damaged, no, you can have it back. All right. Just making sure we don't miss anybody who came in.
Left Coast says,
Left Coast says it's a 2 pair. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at when I did my review. Or if one of you guys wants to look up. Yeah, Kat says she hates buying online. I agree. Like I've only in the last few weeks, I think probably in the last 2 months since Black Chrysanthemum, I think I've pre-ordered maybe 4 figures. That whole time, I definitely pre-ordered the Obi-Wan this week just because it's Obi-Wan and that's a must-have. But other than that, I'm just gonna play the long game. Yeah, it's definitely been sitting in the warehouse for a long time. What's up, Red Ranger Chris?
Hi, Chris. What up, Chris?
Yeah, Carnor Jax is a sweet figure, man. I love the 2-sided soft goods cape. Posed stands well. Like it's a really striking figure.
I like that.
So we have Eric already volunteered a spot. So we have 2 spots open. If anyone would like to hop in with the 3 of us to share your and rank your Phase 4 MCU movies. So John says that's a neat Batman Beyond. Yeah, I thought so too, man. Like I'm pretty stoked about this. Like I kind of wish I got 2 now because I wouldn't mind taking 1 out and having it glow in the dark. But even in box, that looks pretty sweet. I wonder if you need to put like a black light on it to get it to glow, or if it'll just glow.
I think you just shine light on it.
Probably pretty dangerous to do that in the nerdery, though, dude? Probably don't really want. You don't really want a black light in the nerdery.
No, you don't. Looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I think you just shine a bright light on it. And
yes, it is Kirkanos, not Carnor Jax. They mislabeled it. Yep, you are correct, sir. All right, just checking through. So anyone who wants to join us, I will share this invite. So we have 2 slots open. So Eric has 1, and then there's 2 left after Eric. So first two that want to join us, you are welcome. Post it in the comics. I'm going to make Vern big screen so we can show that. Oh, dude. Wow.
Oh, she got a big gate on her, ain't she? She got a big gate on her there. Look. Let me know.
These are posable in the back because they're on these like little pegs under here. So if you wanted to do like the hair moves up, moves around a little bit.
She could choke a dozen donkeys with them thighs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
you can hear that ratcheting in that.
That doesn't sound good.
It's there.
So
like
Lefko said that figure came out in 2020. Thanks, Best Buy. Way to get it to me.
Hey everyone.
Sir Eric.
Hey.
Sir Eric.
What's up, Eric? Welcome.
How's it going? Man, that's
Yeah, I got a lot of comments about Hasbro messing up the naming of that figure. So let me grab this. So yeah, it is Kurt Canos, but they labeled it Carner Jax. So, and I agree, like several comments on it, but definitely proof that the Hasbro Star Wars team saw a Star Wars movie once.
But don't those go through Lucasfilm? Like, don't they have to review and approve everything? Like, that's a joint problem.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have to imagine they have. Well, you always see whenever Hasbro does any live streams and whatever, it says like subject to license or approval and whatnot.
I think that has to do with licensing the face from like right from the actor. Isn't that usually what it means? Like the actor hasn't approved the final mold of the face or whatever.
Possibly.
And I think, yeah. Did anybody watch?
Says I'm. Waze says I'm better off returning it because it's like $12 now. Yeah, it's going back regardless.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that Jimmy Kimmel with Ewan McGregor? And did he actually open it up and look at it and say, "This doesn't look anything like me"?
I didn't see it. I just saw the pictures of him holding it up. But the face sculpt still doesn't look like him. I don't think they did a great job on it.
I think he made some comment. That's what somebody was telling me, that he made some comment where he's like, they scanned me from head to toe and this thing doesn't look anything like me, or something like that.
Oh, we got another entry. We got John from Super Awesome Geek Show. All right. We have one slot left if anyone wants to join us to rank MCU Phase 4. One slot left. Either you guys have any pickups this week you want to share while we're waiting for our sixth person?
Ooh, you want to see what I get to put together tomorrow morning?
Fuller's Figures said my review from him is a year ago. Dude, Best Buy, way to go, Best Buy. Like, nice work.
So, yes, Rum, I did get the Yoda. Same one you got.
Nice.
Just showed up.
There you go.
Just showed up.
Very good. Very good.
But tomorrow morning, on Sunday Morning Vintage, we will be going over.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh.
Kevin Costner.
Waterworld.
And we're going to be building.
Oh
my God.
No way.
Look at that. Oh.
That's cool.
Michael Jerry's here. What's up, Michael?
It's already open, so it's not sealed. So that means I will put it together and we'll put that on display. And
Jonathan, they did. They spelled it Skywalker or something like that. I still have that box where they spelled it wrong.
They spelled it wrong in two places.
To go through.
On the box, they had one that said Skywalker and one that said Squawkwere.
Skidwalker. Look at him.
Skidwalker. Yeah.
You have to try to be that level of incompetent. I'm actually the more I'm thinking about this, the more, like, honestly, the more I'm thinking about this though, the more shocked I am that this arrived to me. Like,
you pre-ordered that, just to be clear, you pre-ordered that when it came out.
Yes,
and
it just
got to me. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go and look. All right, before the end of the stream, I will go and look on my Best Buy account just to see when this was pre-ordered.
That's hilarious.
I can't. I'm actually excited to return this now. Like I'm I'm motivated to return this. I'm so angry about it.
The only things I got this week, Star Wars Celebration finally mailed out some of the merch that I pre-ordered. I got this Chewie as my co-pilot thing for my car.
Ooh,
I'm
nice.
a huge Chewie fan, and
Yeah,
I
that's
got
cool.
T-shirts and whatever lanyard. So that's it.
Very
No figures
cool.
this week.
All right,
Shush your
final
van, John.
call.
Shush John. Hold on. Let's look at his van.
Oh, I'm gonna make.
Oh,
All
that's
right, let me
nice.
make John big. But I just want to say, final call.
Limo, dude.
Final call. Dun 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 dun.
He comes with the sock puppet.
Does he really? Murdoch comes with a sock puppet?
Murdoch's got his sock puppet. Awesome.
Now you also
Yeah,
have
by
a
the
bit
way-
of an.
By the way, guys,
also
do not get in a van with Left Coast.
John also has a bit of an announcement to make today. Don't you, John?
What are you talking about? That's some
Yeah, you
cheating
have a-
vermin.
You have a bit of an
Stabbed me in the
announcement.
back while I
don't
wasn't
you?
looking.
There was a sea change in gaming history today. wasn't there,
I don't
John?
know about this. I don't know.
There seems to be a new master on the block. Do you want to
And
tell
I
everyone
learned that
about
my brother will stab me in the back any chance he gets.
it? He's
So
My
Captain
own
Yule is
flesh
wondering
and
if that's
blood.
a bedside sock puppet. Well, I mean, I think when you see how stiff that is when you build it, the answer is
It
probably
might
going to be
yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, last
Hey.
call. I'm going to post the link one more time. We got one slot open if anyone wants to share their MCU Phase 4 ranking. So I'm going to post that
Cool.
again.
Come on, who's
Eric,
coming on? Who's
Come
coming
on.
So I got this coin from
Oh,
the
that's
Peter
neat.
Mayhew Foundation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's really cool.
They do that every once in a while where they do this like campaign where like, hey, if you want to donate, we'll send you a coin or something like that. That was the last one.
That was
who's out
cool.
there?
I like that.
Who's out there? Who's coming on? G-Force? Come on, get on here. Who's out there? Rick?
Rick will come on. Why can't Rick come on? Well, Rick's probably
No.
not even seen half these movies, has he?
No, probably not.
All right, I'm
Neither has
adding you
Salacious.
guys.
Simon? Come on, get on here. Get on here.
What do you think about eating on live stream?
I don't know. It's okay, I guess.
I was earlier in the week. I was tweeting out a picture of my everything bagel ice cream that I had. I was considering bringing the pint on.
What?
Yeah,
Bagel ice
That looked
cream.
good.
yeah,
Bagel ice cream.
everything bagel ice cream.
Everything
got, like,
bagel.
garlic and onion and poppy
Yeah, it
seeds
looked good,
and
man.
whatnot in
It
it.
looked delicious.
It really is good. Jenny's ice cream from Columbus, Ohio. It's really good.
So it's not a
You know
bagel
what ice
with
cream that
in it.
you know what ice cream I discovered is absolutely delicious is cannoli Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
They have that.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I've never heard of that.
Oh my god, dude. I couldn't believe how good it was. Like absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
All right.
It-
So
it-
let
if anyone
me
hasn't heard of
Cannoli?
Jenny's,
John,
they should check it out.
Can I see that Waterworld Kevin Costner again? Is that the same mold they use for the Robin Hood?
No, they
Is it
They
like
are
a Peter
different.
Pan? Is it from the Peter? You think that's like a Peter Pan body, like one of those?
no,
characters?
it's Waterworld. See how he's got the straps coming down like in Waterworld, you know, and he's
Yeah,
got a
didn't they do
separate
some-
little
Oh, okay, so
thing on
they
the
did
back
make
for
a new
his
mold
sword.
for that.
for his sword.
It's the same body shape though as the.
all right, last
Well,
call.
they're both made by
Last
Kenner.
call.
They're all made by Kenner,
Oh,
so
okay.
they just
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I can compare them. I got the other figure from the other movies in there. I've got like 6 Kevin Costners, you know, from all different.
I have
films.
2 up here.
And
I have
people
two with,
made fun of me for
Robin Hood.
having 6 Doctor Stranges.
And then they were all in the movie.
All right,
And then they
here
were all
is
in the movie.
the spreadsheet for
Macho
tonight.
Man. You're the macho man.
As you guys can tell, I put some extra effort. I put some extra effort into the font tonight for 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard and MCU Phase 4 ranking. If you guys, there's some shadow detail.
Look at that mirrored effect on the green. Look at that.
Nice
Isn't
shadow
that nice? Just a little bit of extra effort tonight, taking up the spreadsheet a notch. So here are the rules. So we're very clear. These rules have been posted on Twitter. They've been posted in private chat, and they are clear and definitive. So there are 11 options for Phase 4 of the MCU. 11 options to choose from.
How come your
5
boxes
movies
are bigger than like everybody else's boxes?
Yeah, your box is bigger than everyone else's.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
your
is
box
it-
is bigger.
Does it matter? Come on.
Yeah, your cells.
But when he posts it on
you-
Twitter
you
and
got-
says who won, obviously people's eyes are going to gravitate to the larger.
Well,
so I'm
listen,
wondering, is it going to be?
Yeah,
is it on? Is it going to be in bold?
agents of Mensa. Why don't you
That
listen?
is
Probably
kind of
this is
funny
a
because
spreadsheet
Oakhurst
that I
Vern has
used.
the smallest boxes.
Right,
That's
but
exactly
what
right.
you'll
It's the
see-
tiniest.
All right,
I mean,
you guys
come
will
on.
see that once you start typing in the names of these
got a
movies, the
small one.
boxes will get
It's going to
resized.
run off the
Why-
end of
why
my
is
box. You're not
mine's
even going to know
small?
what to pick.
Oh,
Why is
wait.
mine
I'm
small?
just sitting back.
Mine's
Leftos, are you
small.
playing? Are you playing?
Oh my!
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, Rick's
Right.
here. Yeah.
All right, I got to make another one on the spreadsheet then. Hang
Yeah,
on.
well, don't give him. You give him. He will give you a small one, Rick. He's
Oh
giving
yeah,
you-
just type over mine. Oh, you got a big how
How come he's got a big one? He's only just come. I've got a little one.
That's what she said.
How come he's got a big one? Why is mine the smallest?
Science.
Yeah, there you go. Now he's got. Look
Tell you
how
what.
that.
Look at my little one. Look at
Can you
my
make
little
my
one.
name blue, please?
Oh,
Look at my little one.
and then mine's the second. Like it's like, man, weird. Just
Mine better grow. Mine better grow. Look at
I
it.
cannot believe it.
Here you go.
That's it. That's it. That's
All right,
Rum
so here are the
stabbed me
rules.
when I
Oh, a
wasn't
bit more.
looking.
Bit more.
I wasn't
You
looking.
could
I
shrink
wasn't
your
ready.
box a little.
I try to
Where's
explain
Super John?
the rules.
Oh, he's
I
got
try
one.
to explain the rules, and no one will listen to the rules, and then they're mad when they don't understand it.
Super John's got the second biggest.
Wow.
So
Yeah, he's
here are the
making up.
rules.
He's making up for earlier when Salacious stabbed me in the back. I wasn't ready.
3 times.
There was like nothing.
you-
No preparation.
If
He
you
just, like,
highlight-
3 times.
yeah, he
If you
just
highlight all the
stabbed me.
rows and then
3 times.
make the box size, they'll all be exactly the same size. Then no one can complain.
Dude knows how to adjust the column width.
I
Yeah, he
know
knows what
he
he's
does.
doing.
It's
He
completely-
knows. He knows. He knows.
Let me completely do.
He knows what he's doing.
All right. So the rules are there are 11 items to choose from MCU Phase 4. So rules are
My choice is
one,
not
it
gonna
must
fit
be
in the
released
boxes.
in theater or on Disney Plus already, right? So there are 5 movies that have been released in theater: Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spidey No Way Home, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Disney Plus is WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, or Moon Knight. So we will rank them 11 through 1. That's it.
And number
Did-
one is the best.
Number 1 is the best. That's why you
It
got the
depends
gold
on
there.
how you do a top 10, John. Do
So
you
how I do a
top
top
11?
10 is number 1 would be the number 1 ranked.
Well, when
thing.
people come up to you, like they're like, "Oh, what was he? Was he a 10 out of 10?" You're like, "Yeah, he's a 10 out of 10."
Or 11
like
out of
you're-
11, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally
Like
understand.
5
I'm
stars.
confused
5
now.
five stars is the
This
best.
is
I'm
Exactly.
confused now.
Exactly the
Confused
point.
now.
Now, is a choice better because it's in a bigger box than versus if it's in a smaller box?
Confusing me. Confusing me.
Listen, we don't have to get into the monkey space lizard calendar, with the 31st of February, March.
If you type in a
Kowakian
title
quarters.
and it's got plenty of room around it because there's a lot of space in the box, and then
Just
you
the
can
films
actually
from this
adjust the
quarter.
font so it
Is
looks
it just the
bigger.
films from this quarter, or
It's MCU Phase 4. So
Is it
it's
cool?
the movies post.
second quarter of
It's,
the
it's
year?
every movie that's in MCU Phase 4, which is every movie after Spider-Man Far From Home. So every Disney
does it
Plus
have
short
to be a
movie after
theatrical release
Spider-Man Far From
only?
Home.
Can I have
Like,
Endgame?
if they
Then? Can I have
release the movie
Endgame?
on digital
Endgame.
And not have
and in the
Endgame. So
theater,
just to make it even more clear, just to make it even more clear, I'm going to highlight here in color.
Those are the
Okay.
only choices. How do you not
So
understand
these
that?
are
You
the
wrote all
only choices that are highlighted here in they will be highlighted in green. Like so here. These are the only choices.
I have a
Down
question.
below.
So, are you saying that those ones highlighted in green are the only choices?
Yes,
And
and
an
we're not
honorable
doing,
mention for
we're not
Peacemaker.
doing MCU adjacent. So
So I
Peacemaker
can't.
doesn't count.
So earlier when you said I could pick Iron Man, that wasn't correct.
No.
I never said that. I never said you could do
Yeah,
it.
You
you
did.
said-
You said it was
you
MCU
did.
adjacent. You did say
So
it.
I can't.
How would
pick
Iron Man be
Peacemaker.
MCU adjacent?
You said
I
it was
can pick
MCU
3
adjacent.
Men and a Monkey Lizard apparently because that's highlighted in green.
And then
How
you
would
would say
Where's the
Iron
Batman?
Man?
Peacemaker's not listed.
And now it's time for the section that the dude made us want to do, but we really didn't want to do. It's called Dude Games. Really well organized games that nobody knows the rules to. The dude keeps changing the rules last minute to suit him. And there's probably a spreadsheet involved. Yay! We're all having fun, everyone. Yay! Fun time with Dude Games.
So
I
hey,
purposely-
actually, great point in the chat. There's a great point in the chat. Can you pick like Luke Cage because they just released all those on Disney Plus?
It's not when they were released, it's what phase that they're part of.
So unreleased in Phase 4 count. So I could pick Thor and Love and Thunder because they're part of Phase 4.
But they have to be released.
Okay,
Phase
so
4,
the Luke Cage is released recently,
but not
on
part of
Disney
Phase
Plus.
4. And Luke Cage is not part of the proper MCU.
Well, how do I know?
It is
Because what about
multiverse.
Daredevil? Because Daredevil was in Spider-Man.
It's
No Way Home.
it's confirmed multiverse. It's part
What
of
about all
multiverse.
those new Netflix shows on Disney Plus now?
So
Those
how
are
do I
brand
know
new
which-
to a bunch of people.
But they're
Yeah,
not
how do
part
I
of
know
Phase
which
4.
phase? How do I know which phase Daredevil
If
was
you
in? Because
can read
he just showed up
English,
as
if-
Peter Parker's attorney.
If you could read English, it is
That's racialist.
Black
That's
Widow,
racialist. That's racialist.
Which
Shang-Chi,
English?
Racialist.
Hold on.
Eternals,
Which
racialist
English?
No
there.
Way
The
Home,
English-
and Multiverse of Madness.
Racialism,
Disney Plus
dude,
is
again,
WandaVision, Falcon the Winter Soldier, Loki,
again.
What If,
Casting
Hawkeye,
excursions on Vern's
and Moon Knight.
All right, I tell you what. You know
racialism.
what? This is very confusing. I'm gonna try it.
So, John, you get to go first because we go alphabetically.
And I'm picking my worst one.
Yes,
Oh
Yes.
boy. Okay, hold on. One,
you're
two,
11th ranked out of the 11 that I have listed
one, two,
repeatedly.
3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Don't
Can you
tolerate
change the title of the
racism.
game to MCU, the ones listed below rankings?
But the ones
That is
listed below are
Ooh.
Phase 4.
I guess
It's
I
in
have
phase
to put. I guess I have to put. I have to put a. I have.
You can only do that so long with a straight face.
I've got to put Eternals down here. I think at number 11. I guess.
That's your favorite?
Oh, this
That's
is
a-
supposed
that's
to be
a-
my favorite.
No, do not. Don't. No, stop it.
Well, you were saying
All right.
earlier that it's your like if someone, hey, what's your 11 out
You
of
never
11?
start with number 1. You got to build to a crescendo. So yeah, easy number 11. So for me, this list, like the bottom 3 and the top 3 were easy. Like right away, it was the middle ones that I had the
But-
challenge of stacking. But yeah, for me, Eternals easy.
But I do have to
Frank.
say that if someone presented me with the movie Eternals as a science fiction movie that was not part of the MCU, if it was just a science
Like The
fiction
Watchmen.
film,
Like
you
the
know,
Watchmen.
yeah, it would have. I think on its own as a self-contained film, it's a good movie.
It's still a bad movie.
Because it made no sense
it's-
whatsoever along with all the other movies.
It's put together well. It has good actors. It has a great story. It's got really cool special
It has none of
effects.
those things.
Superheroes, like things are in it. But as part of the MCU,
Superheroes and things.
It has
part of the
superheroes
MCU
and light.
It has superheroes and things.
as part of the MCU, it's on the bottom. But
Oh my god.
if no one had ever told you that's a Marvel movie, if they never said it and it just came out, you probably would have liked it.
It
Nope.
sets up a lot too.
Nope. All right, Rick, you're up. Your bottom ranked MCU Phase 4 movie.
I'm going to
Let's
say
list it
the
below.
first 5 minutes of Eternals.
That's all he watched.
That's all I got through. I think I watched it 3 times though. The first 5 minutes. Don't ask me what happens in it.
All right, Verno, you're number
So
11.
can I pick The Last Jedi?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Eternals then.
All right.
Look how small he wrote it.
That's exactly the point. It's-
Yeah, suspicious Ron saw what you did to my cells, making them size 4.
You guys didn't see him
Saw
changing
you.
the font.
He suspicious saw you, so
No, when he
Yeah.
so when he posted on Twitter and said, "Who has the best list?" His is all going to be
Yeah.
bold
yeah.
and like scripted letter. Everybody else is going to be like dulled, super tiny. You can't even
Listen,
read it without
listen,
glasses.
When you're in charge of the spreadsheet, you can do what you need to the spreadsheet.
You can tilt the scales in your favor.
My
Left
11.
is only one word.
Listen, I wouldn't have expected this on Dude's channel.
Get
All
that. Get Nathan's
fuck up
comment
the whole
off the
spreadsheet.
screen again. We
No.
can't even see Rick. We just hear this
Totally
disembodied
blindsided here.
voice. We hear this disembodied voice from this.
You still can't see Rick.
No, I guess not. You're right. Okay.
My
I'm busy.
11 is Multiverse of Madness.
You didn't see it yet.
Well, I ain't seen it, have I? It's not out of my territory. That's what I mean. The rules are
Wait,
rubbish.
hold
It's
on.
not-
It's
It's
not
totally
out
out
of
in the
territory?
UK.
It's not out in my territory.
Not out in the UK.
It is out in the UK.
What's the
Well,
release date
well,
in the UK?
I'm not allowed in the cinema. I'm banned from the cinema, so it's not out in my territory.
Hey, whose fault is
Poor
that, Pee
Pee
Wee
Wee
Herman?
Herman.
It's not out in my territory.
I can't even read what's written in those cells.
Exactly.
I need better glasses, I guess.
Can you change the font color to white?
Change it to white. Make it as big as you want, but change the font color to white. That's
At
hilarious.
least my
Oh, no,
name's
that's-
not in. At least my name's not in like brown this time. It's only brown. It's only
At least the
we go.
name of my channel is not correct either.
All right.
It's not Oakhurst Studios.
Yeah, but one word. I don't mean to be
Eric?
picky about this.
All right. I'm going to preface
But you
this
may
with,
not hear the end of it.
I know I'm going to get shit on a ton for my list.
all right. Here we go.
I love all of these.
He's gonna have Last Jedi. He's gonna have Last Jedi as number 1.
No. Black Widow. So I like all of these, but Black Widow's my bottom.
That's right. You know, I think it fell flat. I don't disagree with that. It fell flat.
I know, but Florence Pugh's hot.
I think
All right, so-
that's not a bad pick for your number 11. The only problem is for me is that the Eternals was worse.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Yeah, the Eternals.
Who's
was
making all that
definitely
noise? Who's rubbling around and stuff?
You are.
Is that you? Is that you, Vern?
You.
So
No,
are
I'm
we-
not
are
making
we-
any noise. I'm
So
doing
are
nothing.
we trying for
Someone's-
Sean's? Are we having fun with Sean's list? Or
Oh,
do we
yeah,
want to
sorry.
try to actually guess Sean's rank?
Sean's-
it was
Sean's
No
number
Way Home.
Sean's number 11 was The Panda Adventure.
Sean just likes all the post-credit scenes.
So hey, whoever's doing the rumbling, this is a professional podcast.
It's not me because my
People
logo
listen
would be
to us in Ireland.
highlighted.
So what Sean's like? Do we want to try to actually guess his?
Or
Yeah,
even
it's the
do
Panda
MCU
Adventure.
Phase 4.
I think it was Spider-Man No Way Home. He said it was
Yeah,
horrible.
Sean hates.
Yeah,
Sean
he hates Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Hates
He was
Spider-Man.
not into that
All right.
one at all.
And then his number 10.
I think he was like, it was almost the same for that Multiverse of Madness. He said
Yeah.
was ridiculous.
He didn't like Multiverse. Yeah.
Too much homage to
'cause
like
it's a
horror
date
films
to
or something like that.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's
It's not
not
an
that's
MCU
not
phase
actually in the list. It's not in the highlighted in the green.
Well,
All
my
right.
territory.
Eric.
I like this a lot, but what if? I just don't see myself rewatching a ton.
Oh, dude.
Is
I
it
love
because
it.
it's a
It's
cartoon?
great. No, I genuinely love it. I love the animation style. I just don't see myself rewatching it. At least not until I like have kids.
See, that's kind of how I have to rank these two, because I don't think any of these were so bad that they would be bad. But since we got to rank
Yes,
them,
I
I'm
agree with
finding
you. Yeah.
reasons to put them in a ranking order. But all of them are fine Marvel stuff. It's not like any of them were
Yes.
so bad that I'd never see it
only
again.
One that I thought was just a bad movie was Eternals. Like I just thought that was a total miss. But the rest, I enjoyed everything else on this list. All right, Salacious, can you pick your number 10?
Moon Knight.
Ooh, why is Moon Knight so low?
Spicy.
I ain't seen it.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Told you this. Told you this when you picked the thing. I said I ain't seen them.
He hasn't watched any of these movies. It
Well,
shows
listen,
what he's saying.
you can abstain. Like, how have you watched any of these?
Yeah, some of them.
So you could just abstain until the three you've seen,
Three.
or you could just
Watch
rate them
trailers.
based on the trailer. Then,
Abstain. What's that?
all right, Verno.
Moon Knight. Do you want to know why?
So why is Moon Knight low for you?
Okay, so the way I put my list together was everything on the lower half of the list is pretty much anything that I have no interest in probably ever having to watch it a second time. And
Fair.
the problem with Moon Knight is they could have got rid of, was it 6 episodes? They could have just tailored it down to a 2-episode arc. Like, and just had them like an hour and a half each and just did like that. And they could have just eliminated most of the show. That's why. It just wasn't,
That would have been
most of
lame.
it wasn't that fun. Yeah, most of it wasn't that fun to watch.
2-episode series.
All
The
right.
pacing wouldn't have bothered me as much if they had more episodes with more Moon Knight. So if they made it like
Yeah,
a 9-episode series.
Yep. I think
Season 2
Moon
will
Knight
be
might
better.
have been in the 6 episodes for 10 minutes. I liked it, but yeah, I agree. All right, Rick, what's your number 10?
Okay, so I have seen all of these except the Eternals, the last 9/10 of it. My number 10 would be Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I think it should be called like
Wanda?
Biverse. He only goes to 2 universes, so I don't know why multi is the word.
They actually,
used.
remember
It
when they
makes
were
it seem
traveling
like he
through, they
goes
went
to
through,
like millions of dimensions in the movie, and he goes to one.
There's
remember
not
when
one
they were
scene.
escaping and they went
But-
to the paint world? There were like 7
Yeah,
universes
that
right
took
there.
11, no, 7
took-
seconds.
2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're not other
That's in the
dimensions,
trailer,
by the way.
kind of. So it
If
was.
you go to-
decent. It wasn't what I expected. A lot of it was already spoiled, kind of with But there's some cool Easter eggs, and it was all right. Like
Did
Benedict Cumberbatch, not my favorite Marvel superhero actor guy.
Mm.
Did you see
Good for-
Multiverse of Madness like within the first couple of opening days?
Yeah, the
What do you mean? It's only been out a week. Of course you had to have seen
Yeah,
it.
but-
Irish
The couple-
website I watched it from was
Like, wasn't
was,
spoiled.
was
Well, the
decent.
problem was, but when I went and saw it Friday, and when I
Oh,
got
no, it was
home,
spoiled months ago,
the
Bert.
the
Months ago.
first thing I saw was a trailer with like all the stuff I hadn't yet seen but except for seeing it in the movie. And if I had
Yeah,
seen that trailer before going to the movie, I would have been like, nothing would have been like,
See, I
Sure.
muted all the keywords on
Yeah.
Yeah, I
all
didn't
social
see
media.
any
Like,
of
so
that.
I went in spoiler free, which was
Yeah,
really
I
nice.
tried not to watch
It's
any
hard to do,
trailers.
dude. If you did do that, it's very hard. I just want to point out too, like 2 or 3 of the potential spoilers that have been out for months and months and months were not even true. So like people need to realize like 50% of these spoilers are going to be true, but 50% of them are complete made
Yeah, they're
up.
misdirects or
yeah,
or
the
But
same
you gotta-
thing that,
So
Yeah.
some things were a surprise and some things kind of weren't. Like, so in a small way, I was actually let down on this movie because a couple of those potential spoilers weren't actually the case, without spoiling it. Like,
Yeah.
I expected a couple things that didn't happen, but I was still impressed with the movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's again not my favorite Marvel storyline.
All right, man. We're all different people. All right, so
Are we
And-
still
and-
spoiler free on this?
And by
Yeah,
the
I'm
way,
sorry.
I do. By the way, I do want to point out that they don't go to other dimensions. Dimensions
Other
are a
multiverses.
unit of measurement, so it's
Measurement?
not like you can come from left. You know, so no one lives in left or in right or in 4 feet away. You know what I mean? Like you live in a parallel world, not a dimension.
I like Doctor
Well-
Strange in the Spider-Man movie. I thought he was a good character in that movie.
all right,
Yeah,
my number 10 is WandaVision. And the main reason why is, well, first of all, let me say this. I think it was a really cool idea and concept.
Sure,
However, I think that they tried to make it so no episode was self-contained, and it was like each episode was just giving you more questions without answers, and then at the end it had to build to a crescendo, and it just didn't pay it off. But they were hinting at so many. If you read the comics, they were hinting at so many concepts from the comics, and I felt like it was just like a dick tease that didn't pay off, and it just felt really unsatisfying
Dick
to me.
tease.
I
And,
remember when this
just-
show
I
was
didn't-
coming out, and it was like every week there was like, what does this mean? What does this mean?
Right.
And then when nothing
Right.
paid
It's
off,
Mephisto.
I remember you were so let down that I'm so surprised it's not your number 11.
That's how bad Eternals was.
Yeah, back-
exactly.
Back in those days, the dude was like giving us like 20-minute synopsises of what's happening
Yes,
next.
They did
like,
this, and this
yeah.
is what's going to happen. Yeah,
We,
yeah.
But
were,
that's the thing
we
is
were
they
regularly in dude
literally-
school then around there.
They
weren't we?
literally had stuff from the comics that they were serving to you on a platter, and then it was just
Nothing.
for no reason. Like it, yeah. I didn't. Cool concept, but they it was too much for clicks and like YouTube click. You know what I mean? It was too much to create a social media buzz without any follow through. So,
Fooled you.
all right, John, what's your number 10 and then 9?
I'm having difficulty here, so let's see. 1, 2,
That's the
3.
theme of our live stream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7
7,
and
8.
8,
Wow.
9
Gee,
comes in. We're
it's
on
gonna
10.
be wow.
Dave,
This is tough. It's gonna be. I'm trying to decide between 3 of them here.
He did get stabbed
right,
by an Ewok
it's-
today 3 times. So
Jeez. I don't even know where. I wasn't
Three
prepared
times.
for that stabbing. You
3
just
times.
snuck up on me. You didn't even give me any warning.
He has a way of doing that, just coming up behind you and stabbing you in the back.
right
Yeah.
in the back. It
Yeah.
was in the shin, actually, the back of my leg. It was
Guys thought you were
he
friends.
didn't even have the.
So Jonathan says even though it's not connected to the MCU, Eternals is still a crap hole.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dave says
all right,
John
all
is
right, let's-
smoking something.
You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to put here? I got to put Moon Knight here, and then number 9 will be Shang-Chi, and then 8 will be Black Widow.
No, just
Oh,
hang
we're not
on,
going
dude.
there
3
yet.
picks,
Okay, yeah.
cheater.
Good grief, man.
Jeez.
All right, so my number 9 is Black Widow.
I'm
That's
having
right.
difficulty with
That's
these
that's
low on the
racialist.
list.
That's racialist.
My number 9 is Black Widow, and the reason
Racist.
why is they made Taskmaster a muted like
That's disableist. That's disableist.
where Taskmaster was not in control of her own thoughts.
That's
She
true.
was
too,
basically
yeah.
just mind manipulated, and it was just like a stupid villain that had
They
no
did
contact.
kind of ruin that character in a sense.
They totally and I'm totally cool with like making Taskmaster female. Totally cool with that. I think it's a cool idea. I'm totally cool that Taskmaster comes from the Red Room, but the
Sexualist,
Taskmaster
sexualist.
should have been of her own accord and free will with what she was doing, and I
Dude's
think
not
that would have
woke.
made it much more interesting.
Dude's
And
not
then
woke.
the Bond type villain that was controlling everything had a British accent, even though he was Russian. I don't know. I was looking forward to that movie, but it was a miss. There's some really cool stuff with it. Things I
David
liked,
Harbour.
but yeah. I thought it was. I mean, you have Rachel Weisz in it. She's an all timer
Yeah.
for me. Florence Pugh was great in it. David Harbour. I mean, so there's a lot of good stuff, and it's not a bad movie, but I just feel like the third act and the sky jumping and the villain just fell flat.
I like how when people fall in these movies, they can curve their trajectory.
Yes, it's incredible.
And move all over the place like this. And sometimes they
I
can
just
even
like
go
to-
up.
I can do
The
that. I can
superhero
do that.
landings.
They're
I can do that.
superheroes.
I can do that when I jump from trees. I can do that.
See, look at that. There's a couple people who like are on board.
Oh, it's totally okay if you liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's better. It's better than any Zack Snyder movie. I mean,
They
or
are
J.J.
superheroes.
Abrams movie.
That's Batman adjacent, though. It's Batman adjacent.
Hey, Darth Muzzle.
What's
Batman
up, Darth
adjacent.
Mazza? Thanks for hanging out.
That's Batman
All
adjacent.
right, Rick, what is your number 9?
I am also going to select Black Widow, although it had great costumes. It took too long to come out. We waited like all of COVID for it, and it wasn't that good. And Shang-Chi had better fight scenes, so that's why Black Widow is number 9.
Yep.
I love the accents, though. Like, it's the best part of that movie was all the Russian accents.
Mm-hmm.
In speaking English, of course.
Sexy.
'Cause why would Russian people speak Russian?
Because it was Ray Winston.
Like,
All right,
is there
Bruno.
a version of this in Russia where they actually had to pay actors to translate and, put English subtitles in the bottom and speak Russian?
They do that bit like at the start of The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, they just kind of blended into English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
that was
kinda cool,
was
man.
neat
I
how they
appreciate
did it.
that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a neat way to do it. Yep. All right, Vern, number 9.
What if?
It's a copy of mine.
He really
Stages, is your number 9 what if?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought What If
I'm
was
glad
much
I was
better
able to.
than
I'm glad I was able to read your
Multiverse.
mind.
Well, you
All right, Eric,
copied.
what's your number 9?
Copied, basically. That's what you normally do.
Hawkeye. I love the comic run from Matt Fraction, but just a bit lower here.
So why'd you guys put What If so low? Just out of curiosity.
I ain't seen it.
Rewatchability.
I ain't seen it.
Yeah, there's
All
only maybe like 1 or 2 episodes that I'm interested in never seeing again. For the most part, it was like I didn't really like the styling of it.
I'm really looking forward to season 2 later this year.
I am too, man.
But it was
What
just-
If was going to be definitely up higher on my list.
I
Spoilers.
watched the Peggy Carter episode and to see her
Yep. She's
jiggly
an
bits.
all-timer.
Jiggly bits.
All right, so Sean's number 9. What would Sean's number 9 be?
Winter Soldier.
All right, Sean's number 8.
You should put Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Let's see. What's he gonna do?
TMNT, the movie.
Well, I actually got to be from the list. We got to follow the rules.
He's gonna put
Wasn't
Loki.
Fast and
Here.
Furious 9 in Phase 4?
He'll put Loki here. Why not?
Yeah, we can just put Loki there.
That's canon.
All right, Eric, you're number 8.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Salacious.
Spider-Man.
Woo!
He's going to claim it. He hasn't seen it because it's not available in his territory.
It's not.
It's on
You can
Blu-ray. and
I did
streaming.
start
can
watching it.
actually rent it.
I did start watching it, and Bob fell asleep, and he hit the remote control and it turned off.
It's
Black
concerning.
Widow.
And then
All right, Rick.
we can
I'm
get
going to
number
put
8.
Loki, and I wish I would have put Loki even lower. I thought it was just kind of poor. And I don't know why they would consider making a part 2 to it, but they are.
Because the
Well,
guy
it
will
ties
actually
in-
do a TV show.
it ties in.
It adds to me. It adds nothing to the Marvel universe. Like he still stole the Tesseract and the movies, and died. So it's just I don't know. It's just making up stories, but it's cool. But I don't know. I just think
Isn't that what all this is?
That's why I pick it as number 8.
All right, my number 8 is Shang-Chi, and I would say the first 2/3 of the movie would be up in the upper echelon, but it really fell apart in the third act with it was just it really looked like it was a green screen, and then you had the big dragon, and it was like you had this really good intimate story and this really good scene between him and his father, and then they just totally ruined it with all the CGI in the third act. I really liked that movie up until then.
Okay, so either 7 or 8 is Black Widow. Let me see here.
You've had all this time to.
I think it's going to be Black Widow here.
Black Widow,
and then Loki for 7.
Loki at 7.
Because I also think that Kang fell short in Loki, and Kang was something I was really looking forward to, and I hope that they change him when he comes into future. I mean, they can use the same actor.
Yes, he's going to be totally different.
They can use the same actor, but I want him to be like the Kang I'm used to.
Well, I think you'll see all of the different variants.
We're going to see a lot. I think we're going to see different Kangs, because if you read the comics, there's different Kangs depending on his age and then the timeline. So He Who Remains was not Kang proper that we're going to see. That's going to come.
They can use the same actor. I'm fine. It's not like anything against him. I just want it to be like.
You wanted more Kang, of proper.
I want the chair.
Proper.
I want the chair. I want the, what I saw in the animated universe. When they were fighting Kang. And when he was going after Captain America and that animated stuff, that was so awesome.
Yep. Well, I think we're totally going to get it. So my number 7, and I enjoyed this show way more than I thought, but is Hawkeye. It just was an enjoyable, good TV show, but I didn't really have a connection to it, and I don't, maybe at Christmas time I'll watch it again, but I didn't. It just was really good. I enjoyed watching it once, and I was happy to see the Kingpin come back, and that to me was the highlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next pick will be Shang-Chi. It had great fight scenes in the opening half of the movie. Cool Canadian actor, and it got really CGI heavy, like Doctor Strange did, and I don't know, kind of silly, but good actor and some great fight scenes on the bus.
Yeah, dude, and that's why I like it. That movie felt so intimate and grounded, and wasn't ridiculous Marvel set pieces. And then it was at the end, it just lost its way. And
it started off really good, really strong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like the Jackie Chan between all the poles.
Yep, I thought that was awesome, dude.
And I saw it at home. I would have liked that scene in the theater for sure.
Yep.
I kind of actually wish we got to see more of the just more rounds of those fight scenes in the arena.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been great. Yeah.
We saw a few cool characters lined up ready to fight, but we didn't actually get to see any real full on fight. A little bit.
I feel like they probably have a lot of deleted footage for that.
Could be
Marvel and between Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm, they've been holding back a lot of deleted.
I mean, hell, in my opinion, that could be a whole movie. Do Lionheart or Bloodsport or
yes.
You know what I mean?
That could be a series.
Marvel thing. So you got the whole arena thing where they're all fighting through, and you got to fight through Abomination and all those guys.
It'd be a cool Disney Plus series, if nothing else, with that one actor, the comedian, what's his name? Ronnie. He was on The Daily Show, right? Whatever. I can't remember his name.
Thank you, Fabulous. That was very kind of you. He says justice for rum, so I don't know what kind of like you want us to dispense justice on rum.
Off with his head.
Don't think that's what he means, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he means
Wow,
off with
Fuller's
his head.
Figures said it should have a drop down in each cell. Dude, like how much time do you think I have? Holy cow. Look. I updated the lettering on 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard and MC. Like it's got shadowing and everything. Come on.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
word art.
I gotta ask at the bottom, what's that other tab that says Dude's Top 10?
So that was my top 10 when we ranked Batman
okay.
or DC movies. Yep. Yeah, I just take the same spreadsheet and I just change what it is, the name of it.
You never even quit that application, do you?
No, it's always
It's just always on, always open.
Oh, it's Vern's pick.
Vern.
Loki.
Oh my word! Would you believe it?
Is it the same?
Would you believe him?
I almost think that they planned this.
Why do Vern and I almost have the same list?
We have the same taste.
We just mixed number 9 is our only different spot.
It'll start to. There'll probably be a departure towards the top.
Yeah.
You never want to have the same list as Vern. Vern pretty much has the worst list every week.
Yeah, he normally has bad lists, doesn't he?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
He's known for it. He's known for it.
All right, Eric.
Moon Knight. I wanted to like it a lot more, but the lack of Moon Knight was the only thing.
Right.
Back. Oscar Isaac.
Moon Knight was Moon.
Top. Right. Like the acting in it was good. I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought he was great playing all 3 roles.
Yeah, he really was.
So Jonathan says, Rum, there are these things called movies and TV shows people can watch.
What?
What's up,
Yeah,
Thousand Shows?
They don't come in my
They're watching
territory.
on their phones now.
They've got to come in my territory.
Right, I
watch on
told
your
you,
phone?
Moon Knight should have been a movie instead of a
Future,
series. It would have
Vern.
been a much better movie.
That's exactly what I said earlier. Cut out like 4 of the episodes and made it like maybe a 2.5, 3 hour, even 2-parter if they wanted to do it on their Disney Plus.
Yep.
They cut out a lot of the action. That was what's funny. They just had him wake up. Oh my gosh, I beat everybody up and killed all these guys. We didn't get to see any of it.
That was kind of a cool concept for what they did, though.
Well, they could have done it like once, and we would have got the point, and then show
I
us.
that was to show the Jake Lockley.
And
stuff
that's
more than
that's
anything.
the whole problem with the Disney Plus series is they always have to have a secret that you can talk about instead of each episode being self-contained, right? And so like the whole time it was obvious that all the mirrors were in 3. His face in the credits was in 3. So it's obvious that Jake Lockley was the third persona if you've read the comics. You know what I mean? I like if they just had double the amount of Moon Knight, I would have liked it more than they had. Just double the amount that they had in there. I liked everything else about it, and I thought, oh God, now I'm forgetting her name. What's her name was awesome.
I liked it when she showed up with the wings.
Dude, she was
had
awesome,
the wings,
man.
that was cool.
Yeah.
And I liked how they brought in Alexander the Great and whatnot was Amit's former whatever you call it that turned on her. Avatar was the word I'm looking for.
No, I like the Egyptian gods, and I like how they showed that I'm forgetting the name, but the Black Panther god is part of those gods. You know what I mean? Like they hinted at that. Yeah, I thought that was really neat too. All right, Sean needs a number 7.
Oh, I don't know. Did we do?
We'll do Hawkeye. Or no, Hawkeye will be higher.
WandaVision? Does he want WandaVision?
No, WandaVision's got to be higher in his.
Yeah. Well, what do you got left then? You're gonna what if?
Black Widow.
No, he actually we'll put Black Widow. We'll go with What If. And then his number 6, we'll just throw Moon Knight in the middle. Simple. All right, Eric.
WandaVision.
Number WandaVision.
I'm a huge sitcom fan, and I really liked the series. But the only thing that kind of stunk about it was that the last episode, it clearly suffered because of COVID, and they had whatever rewrites that they had to accommodate.
All right, Salacious. Have you seen anything yet, Salacious? Have you?
He's watching them now.
What have I got left?
At 4 times speed.
What have I got left? Can you move that? Can't see the thing. Wonder. Hold on, how many's left? There ain't enough. There ain't enough in there. There ain't enough, is there?
There's 6 left. That's why we're on number 6.
How many's left?
Do they not have math in space?
We have different math.
Different math.
It's more
He only has like 3 fingers or something, so he can't count as high as we can.
Yeah, I know, but it's great for fondling.
flicking the bean.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but Loki.
Hey, Dino.
Loki was your last one.
You missed our least favorite movies, Dino.
Can you stop putting the comments on? I can't see the list. WandaVision.
Now, have you seen that?
Vern's going to copy me.
WandaVision.
Yeah, some of it.
WandaVision.
All right, Vern, what's your number 6?
Shang-Chi.
So Jonathan said WandaVision was full of Easter eggs that went nowhere. Yeah, I agree. That's why mine was ranked that low.
WandaVision.
All right, Rick, number 6.
My number 6 would be Falcon and Winter Soldier because I thought WandaVision was better than it. Kind of the only reason. It was not as what I expected. It was a lot of buddy cop movie, like what's his name, the Australian guy, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I don't know. It was just kind of a buddy cop movie show, and it wasn't so superhero-y as I was expecting.
Daniel Bruhl.
My number 6 is Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. I liked it. Like it, good. I think it's the same. Yeah, good buddy cop movie. I like their banter. The action scenes I thought were I like the good shaky cam up close fight scenes. The thing I really enjoyed was just the arc of him accepting that the shield was his and that Cap didn't just give it to him, but he gave it to him because he felt he earned it and had the right to wield it, and him taking ownership of that mantle. And I really enjoyed that part of it.
I think what could have made a lot of these movies better, all of these in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is if they were PG-13 or higher, like had some swearing and violence, that because all it is fight scenes and guns and blowing up, but yet you don't see violence like you see every 3 minutes in Peacemaker or some other even some DC the boys and stuff. Like that's the most violent thing that's ever been
heads blown up
or created, and it's quite entertaining. So maybe just some of that, like one little scene, like when fake Captain America, does the killing with the shield. All you see is a little bit of splatter.
You want to see a severed head roll?
Well, yeah, I want to see that.
If you're got your ID that shows you're 16 and you're allowed to see violence, like adult movies would have, right? So I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier is one for sure that could have had a little bit of violence in it because they're like the war-based superhero guys, and they're fighting war-based criminals basically. So I don't know. That's why Captain America I thought had a lot of funniness, but it also had a lot of not violence, but fighting. It had a lot of action, and this show kind of just piggy-tailed on that, but didn't keep up with the hype.
You're confusing me with these comments. I can't
Yeah, I don't know where I am
don't know
here.
what- I don't know
Okay,
what's
I think
going
I
on.
gotta go. What if here,
What if? All right, number 6 is what if.
and then WandaVision.
Might be in the vast minority here that I'm gonna have what if up pretty higher on the list.
Yeah, WandaVision. And then I stop. Right, I'm done.
Yep. Now you stop. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with those in the middle there. Sure.
So my number 5 is Moon Knight, and just for what we talked about, I thought the acting performances were awesome. I thought Oscar Isaac did a great job playing 3 different characters. If you read the Moon Knight comics, it very much goes on a total different path than the comics. I think it takes some of it, but it like Stephen Grant in the comics is like Bruce Wayne, so it's totally different. But I like what they did. You know, I'm okay with what they did with it because it's MCU and it's supposed to be a little bit different. And the only thing I would have liked with that show is just double the amount of Moon Knight in it. Moon Knight was barely in it. So if they just would have had, and because the episodes were shorter, they were like 30, maybe 40 minutes. So you could have extended the episodes a little bit, just had a little bit more Moon Knight, maybe a little bit more of Moon Knight fighting, which because the Moon Knight fight scenes were awesome. And there was imagery that they pulled directly from the comics. And I love that portion of it. And it's like a show that was like almost amazing. It just needed that little tweak to it. And then the Scarlet Scarab at the end was incredible. Like, she's awesome. And I want that as an action figure so bad.
Spoiler.
Well, yes. Spoiler for a show that's been out for like
In your
4 months.
territory.
That's over now.
But are they going to call her Scarlet Scarab, or are they going to
Yep,
use the
they did.
other character? They
Yep,
did
Scarlet
actually.
Scarab. Yeah, they're
Not on screen, but they confirmed it.
but they confirmed it. Yeah, like Disney and Marvel
Well-
confirmed it in posts. They called her Scarlet Scarab.
No, I heard that's what they were calling her when they were on set.
No,
But they
they've
didn't
confirmed
actually-
it on.
They
On
didn't
Twitter.
actually name her that character because they're not sure if they're going to bring that character back as someone else later on.
So
They'll
Marvel,
But that's what they
Marvel
were naming them on
posted-
set. I saw that too.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Marvel posted on Twitter like Scarlet Scarab, like the
Yeah.
official Marvel feed called her Scarlet Scarab on Twitter.
Really? Okay.
Yep, I thought she was awesome though. That and the fight scene at the end with her and Moon Knight teamed up together, the fight choreography on that was fantastic.
It had
Like, I
good
love,
fight scenes, for sure did.
yeah,
So why
and
didn't
it's just
they
like
make her
you need
scarlet
more of it.
colored?
Well, there'll be a season 2 for this show, I'm
I
sure.
mean, the character in
I
the
hope
comics
so.
is scarlet
Yeah.
colored.
So, John, one of the things I saw, I think what I couldn't reconcile was why she had like wings when
Yeah,
she
that
was
too.
when she was the hippo's avatar,
Right.
Towerette. That didn't make sense, but I think they were originally going to make her Osiris's
Yeah.
avatar, but
Yeah.
they kind of backed into saying, "Hey, she more aligns with Towerette's character." So
It would have
use
been
the
cooler
same
if they made her
character
costume like a hippo.
giant fat suit or something.
Yeah,
Be
that
like
would have
the
been
blob.
awesome if they did that. But yeah, if you think about with the wings though, because remember when Osiris died, he says like we need more avatars. So I almost felt like at that point that might have transferred to her, but then they did a rewrite or something. But I do think Tarette makes more sense with her, and I like that they did that.
Yeah.
But
You
on the
just
flip
kinda have
side,
to,
like she just looks so
look
cool
like-
with the wings and the
Oh,
fight
yeah.
choreography
Oh,
with the wings.
100%.
Like, yeah,
And
yeah,
I liked
it was
how they
awesome.
made her blocking things and using
Yep.
them. You know,
Yep.
it was
She
really
had-
cool. Yeah.
She had like Egyptian kopis, or no, not that. That's a Greek sword. Whatever the like Egyptian kind of sword was attached to the
wings.
to the
right?
wings.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was really cool. Like you could see that the production team got the design thinking she was going to be Osiris's avatar, and just said, "We love the look, but gonna align her more to the hippo." So
Yep, and she's I'm a fan. She's pretty, yeah, she's pretty cool. All right, Rick,
My number
You're up.
5 is going to be the overhyped Spider-Man. There was 0 surprises in this movie for me, again, due to a year's worth of spoilers, maybe even 2 years worth of spoilers. And yeah, because of that, I was not surprised in one scene in the movie. I did laugh twice out loud. So that's why it's number 5.
See, I don't think spoilers take away from my enjoyment of a film. Whether I know it's coming or not, if it's an enjoyable film, it's an enjoyable film.
agree.
It did for me. If I was 12 years old and there's this new Spider-Man movie, and then I go to see it, and I'm like, oh my God, it has the other 2 actors from the 2 Spider-Mans when I was 4 years old. And there's no internet, and there's no way I would have found out about that. It would have been way different, I think. Way different.
What's up, Dan?
Hey, Dan.
All these shows now, like, whether it's Kenobi that's next, like, it's all spoiled. For me, it is, at least, because I see the internet every day. You can't avoid Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Well,
and
you
Instagram
can if you don't look.
And Google.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I just don't go
actually-
online those days.
As soon as No Way Home was released, and then same with Doctor Strange, I just stopped looking on everything until I went and saw it. Like I got off it and I muted every keyword I could think of. I legitimately went into Multiverse of Madness with no spoilers. Like everything was spoiler free for me when I saw it.
Yeah, you can't
awesome.
do that on YouTube.
Well, I haven't seen it.
That's why I got
haven't
off
seen
YouTube.
it, but I haven't seen it, but I know everything that happened in it. No.
But it was
What's that,
entertaining.
Dino?
It was more entertaining than 7 to 11 for me.
All right, Vern, you're up.
I can't help it. I always have to read the spoilers. I can't help it.
I do too. Well, I would have read them about.
See, so you can't. So you're mad that you know the spoilers, but then you read them.
I can't.
I don't search for them.
Well, no, like,
I can't avert my
recommended.
eyes.
As
I
a
don't feel-
fan
I
I
don't
of
want to,
Star
but I
Wars and
cannot
Marvel,
avert my eyes.
What's up, Messiah? Messiah
feel-
says we all know Rum only watches Star Wars.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Dino
My
says his
number
least favorite is
5.
the new Doctor Strange. Wow.
Huh.
Mr. Bones. I love that icon.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, Vern.
He's doing it.
Hawkeye.
Again.
hey, Dandy,
Hot guy.
Yeah.
thank you.
Hot guy. Yep.
He's. I'll tell you what. He's playing games.
What's your number 5?
Same.
Salacious.
Same.
Dude, Salacious, like Vern always has the weirdest lists, man. That's just not good for you.
I know.
You know,
It's
the
not
problem
good.
is,
So
I have
why'd you guys both
I
pick Hawkeye?
because there were 4 other things that I liked better.
Same.
So why is it in the middle though? Why is it 5?
It's better than all of the things below it,
I
You guys
watched it.
are-
but not,
you're
but not better than
you're
the
like
things above it.
Love the
you're
middle.
a poet, Vern. You're a poet.
I actually watched
I
it.
mean, that's a.
It's the first one Rum watched. So
I
it's the
watched all
last-
of it.
it's
I did
technically-
actually.
It's technically the last one on his list then. 'Cause
Listen,
he-
I think that the whole theming around like the holidays, the way that they had put that show together, I just loved it. It was to me very entertaining, and because it had that kind of had that Die Hard feel because of the holiday treatment it got,
Yep.
and I
Yep.
think that just speaks to me a little bit about that. So I just really enjoyed it for that reason. And the thing is, to me, it's completely rewatchable. So it
Yeah.
ends up in my rewatchable, and then way above the other stuff that I don't really consider rewatchable in my mind, right? So
I'm not
that-
at my
this is-
rewatchables yet.
yeah, so this is the Hawkeye's the first one that's in my rewatchable list.
So your rewatchables start at 5 and up.
Good call. Good call.
And unfortunately,
Interesting.
Shang-Chi was really good, but the only rewatchable parts of that are the fight scenes,
Yeah, definitely.
right?
You should
And-
remix
and-
all the best scenes from all these movies into one 2-hour kick-ass fight scene.
yeah, I mean, like Simu Liu is great in it to me, right? Aquafina, I thought she was hilarious, but I don't
She's
know
funny,
how
yeah.
rewatchable the entire movies is, right?
Is
Yeah, I
he saying that
agree.
he put out a fire while we were on the stream? Was that a
Wow.
fire truck? He said he went out, ran, and
I think he just said he had to. I had to
run on a fire truck, and I just got back.
Thank you, Brian.
Who said that?
Brian.
Well, thanks for coming back after you
Did he
hopped
put
on
out
a fire truck.
and while we were on the street?
Was it by Kat's house? Kat's. There was a fire by her house earlier today.
Yeah.
So Dan wants to know if you're 44 but have the mentality of a 15-year-old, Rick, is he still allowed to watch?
Which show?
An R-rated show.
If your parents say you're allowed, then you're allowed.
All right, so Dan, you got to get your parents' permission.
Remember, this is at home streaming, right? So your parents have to lock you out if you're not allowed to watch, Pam and Tommy on Disney Plus, because Pam and Tommy had talking penises, right? Like, you have to be. I'm assuming you have to be 18 in America to see talking penises. Am I wrong?
I think so.
Not if you go to some people's YouTube
13,
channels.
I don't know, but I mean, yeah, it's comedy penis is a little different than hardcore penis.
Every salacious channel then should be rated. Every salacious video is rated R,
right?
All those bookmarks. Oh,
so Dan's asking me if I compared Die Hard with Hawkeye, and basically, I don't think I compared the two. What I was trying to compare was the way that they blended the holidays into the action of the show, right? Like the time of year, the whole holiday theming is what I was talking about.
It's a good, fair comparison for sure.
Sir,
whoever made Hawkeye was for sure a diehard fan.
Yeah, so a lot of comments like Moon Knight was good, but the pacing wasn't. I think that
that's
all fair.
That's the biggest thing, right? Pacing was just off on it. But I mean, like the beginning and the end, I appreciate it. I just wish that last battle wasn't like the last 10 minutes of the last episode, right? Like it should have been
right,
like more epic in my mind.
Yep.
Especially since they made us sit through episodes 2 through 5.
All right, so Nate had Black Widow at number 10 and Eternals at 9. So Dandy's saying the problem is the shock value or surprise value. It makes so many of these scenes exciting. If you know what's coming, there's much less thrill. Yeah, I mean, you really just have to mute and take yourself off social media. Like, you really have to.
And same with the funny parts. When each of these movies or shows has one or two or three good, one-liner comedy bits. If those are in the trailers, then to me the whole movie's spoiled because those are killer puns in the movies. I love those. And even in not Marvel movies and other comedy movies, if the best bits, comedy or whatnot, are in the commercials, it kind of spoils it in a way. Like, it's nice to laugh in a theater with a bunch of other people at the same time on purpose, like because something's actually funny.
Exactly. Well, sometimes I feel like there's stuff that is in a movie just so they could put it in a trailer.
Oh, for sure. And some stuff in a trailer is not even in the movie.
Right. And I don't mind that. I don't mind the misdirects. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind that terribly.
I think they should do that more.
Eric, number 5.
Yeah.
I know I'm in the minority here, but I like Eternals.
Wow, at 5.
Yes. Primary reason, like I have actually rewatched that multiple times.
I was going to ask, have you watched it more than once?
Yes. 3 times since it came out. And that's a long movie too. Primary reason is Kumail Nanjiani is awesome in that movie, and I love Kingo. I'm a huge Kumail fan, and I can't wait to see him in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I wonder how big a role he gets.
He dies.
It's also a very cinematic film. Yeah,
but will it be in more than one episode or 2?
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it's not just like he shows up and gets totally murked by the Inquisitors.
I think he sets off the whole thing. I think because I think he's the one that Obi-Wan was talking. Well, about
in Eternals, doesn't he just decide I don't want to be involved halfway through?
He abstains,
and then you don't see him again.
But he was the best part of the Eternals by far. Like, he was the best part of that movie.
He's not in it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He was the best part.
He's the only part
was good.
He's not in it.
I like Druig as well.
He was terrible.
I liked him.
You got to
found all those characters completely uninteresting.
You got to put Hawkeye there. You don't have any other choice.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was figuring out what was there. All right.
Wink Eye.
All right, so Sean's number 5 is Hawkeye, and his number 4 was Shang-Chi. Eric,
Loki.
you're number 4.
Loki. Absolutely love Loki, and the writer that they had was really good. He's the same guy who came in to write Multiverse of Madness, and he came from Rick and Morty, and I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan.
I love Rick and Morty. I've watched each episode probably 3 or 4 times. So Dan also likes the Eternals. So G-Force's number 4 is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. G-Force says he's seen Eternals 3 times. Wow.
See, that's
For
what
the
I'm
movies.
saying.
The
I
movies.
think if you never knew
purpose?
it was a Marvel movie,
It's
if
still crap.
somehow they just marketed it as a science fiction film, I think a lot of people would have been like, that was a pretty cool movie. I'm not saying they would put it on the top of their list as one of the best movies of all time, but I think they would have legitimately
relief
thought
you
it was
wouldn't say that.
okay. You know?
Not G-Force, not G-Force. He watched it for Angelina Jolie's boobies.
I think it was uninteresting. There was minimal character development, and there's no there was just too many characters in that movie where you didn't care about any of them.
Because
I mean, you had the Black Knight in the movie, for God's sakes, and you
people
don't even
like-
use him.
people really like Avatar, and that movie's terrible. I mean, Eternals.
Avatar
Oh,
is
that movie
dances.
is awful.
Avatar is dances with wolves in space.
Oh my
Avatar is
gosh,
the
and they're
biggest
making like
movie of
4
all
more.
time. Like, remember
They're
that
making like
too, right?
4
Like,
more.
I like Avatar.
Avatar is just
doubled
dances
or
with wolves in
10.
space.
Like
That's
when
all
they-
it is. It's the exact same movie.
They connect with their animals.
It only took 13 years for a sequel too.
And then they're going to come out with like 5 movies all in a row.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if you guys go
Ocean,
to Disney
wind,
World, go to Animal
land.
Kingdom and ride on the Avatar ride. That ride
Oh,
is
it's brilliant.
amazing.
Oh,
dude.
no, it's
The
The
amazing.
water
Yeah.
ride, right? The water ride, right, dude?
Both
No,
of them
it's,
are good.
No,
I
no,
like
no, I
both
know.
of them.
Oh, the boat ride. No, not. I mean, the boat ride is okay,
It's
but
very
yeah,
pretty.
no.
It's
What do you
very
mean? It's-
pretty.
yeah.
But yeah.
They're pro
Watch the
herpes.
movie on
in
a really
Avatar.
big
The
screen.
Flight
pro
of Passage
herpes.
is really good, but the
flight is
the
amazing.
restaurant is top tier for a quick service restaurant in
And the
Disney
land-
World.
Dude,
the land
the
itself just
cheesecake
looks
and the
amazing.
slushy that you get, the cheesecake that you get in the Pandora restaurant is incredible.
Yeah.
It is incredible. And then they have a slushy that you get in the quick
With
service
boba.
right outside. We always
boba
go and
balls.
get the
Those
slushy and the cheesecake.
Those aliens don't eat cheesecake. No way to
They
eat
eat,
cheesecake.
it's space cheesecake.
No way to
It's
eat
space
cheesecake.
cheesecake. And they also have
problem-
they also
my
have
problem-
pink and green slushies.
My problem with Avatar is the design of the aliens. The blue aliens don't look good.
The cats, the big cats,
They just
the
look
big blue cats.
Do they
They're
look
a
too
terrible
CG?
design.
Too
They're one of
CGI?
the worst alien
You
designs
you
of
can
all
ride
time.
them. You can ride them.
And
Big
I just,
Sully!
This is a terrible tangent. All right, Salacious,
Big
you're
blue
number
cats.
4. Have you seen your number 4?
What have I got?
well, he saw 1 through 5. He said.
What have I got?
I've seen Avatar more than all of these movies. I'm not
I'm
because I'm an
sorry.
Avatar
I
fan, but
apologize.
it's been out a long time, guys.
I've only ever
2008, right?
watched it once. I tried watching it a second time at home and couldn't get through the first.
Yeah, I
As
saw
soon
it
as
in
the blue
theater, and
person
that was
showed
it.
up, I was like, I'm done.
It was
I hate
my
them
ex
so
and her
much.
kids' favorite movie of all time, and they watched it like weekly.
Wow.
There aren't enough to fill it up for Black Widow. No,
Pick one
there aren't
twice.
enough.
Did you say number 4 is Black Widow?
No,
Black
there
Widow?
ain't enough to fill them up. There aren't enough to fill up 4.
There
Okay.
definitely are. There's 11 total. 5
Which
plus
one's
6
left?
equals 11.
Which one's left?
You look at your own list.
I can only see 2.
You can't read it.
Can only see 2. Oh, 3. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and Falcon. What's the 4th one? I can't see
It
it.
depends on your
Spider-Man.
list.
Spider-Man.
Everybody's list is
I
different.
can't
No,
see
no,
the
it's
list.
there.
It's like the smallest font in the world. I can't see it.
Look on
have
Twitter. Look
Eternals
on
yet?
Twitter. It's on
I can't
Twitter.
see
It's
what
on
I've
the
got. I
DM.
can't see what I've got. I can't see what
You
I've
haven't got
It's
Eternals
on
yet?
Salacious,
DM.
it's Eternals.
Yeah, you don't
Eternals.
have Eternals on there yet.
Oh, what the France? I would have put that in there. Yeah.
Oh,
Eternals.
start over.
Eternals. Well, thanks for that, Eternals.
You're welcome.
I thought I would be the one to have Eternals ranked the highest.
I didn't know I didn't have it. I thought I had it.
It's number 4. It's right there. I can see it.
I have actually seen it. I fell asleep.
That's what I
Falcon and
fell
Winter
asleep. It
Soldier.
took me 3 tries to watch that movie. I fell asleep
So,
2 different
Can't
times.
believe I've got that.
Rum,
far.
do you need to
Can't believe-
switch? Rum, do you need to switch that with Hawkeye? Do you need to move Hawkeye?
Yeah, I
and
can't
Eternals
believe I've
around?
No, the list is locked in. You can't switch
What do you
it.
mean
What
locked
the
in?
fuck?
He forgot
This
about
is
it.
dude rules. Look, dude
It's
rules.
all right.
forgot
I
about
can't.
in.
Like, it's locked now. Look, it's
Locked
totally
in.
locked. It
It's
won't let
locked
me do
in.
anything.
He
It's locked in.
forgot about it.
Locked me in. Look.
I came prepared to defend Eternals, and here Salacious is forward.
I want it down. Yeah. Oh, what the
All right,
France.
so Vern, you're up.
Falcon
I'm not having
and Winter
Eternals as my
Soldier.
highest bloody one. I don't. That's not fair. I can't have it higher. I can't have
We
it higher
shouldn't
than
have told
Eric.
him. We shouldn't have said
Eric's
anything
favourite
until
movie. I've got
he
it
was
top.
stuck with number 1.
It's all right. All right, Rick, you're up. You're number 4.
I'm gonna choose WandaVision. I just thought it was very original production and the way it was filmed, and that's about it. That's the reason why I'm putting it here. It was quite original. I like the way it was made.
All right, so my number 4 is going to be
Good job.
Loki.
Good job. You didn't forget Eternals.
Is going to be Loki. I know a lot of you guys had Loki lower, but I liked the concept of it, and it keeps Loki in the MCU. I like Sylvie, and I like the different version of, he who remains is not King, right? And so that version of King in the multiverse, I like the way that they did it. And it, he's basically telling you don't want, if you get rid of me, you don't want what comes if I'm gone, right? And that is the King that we know is coming. So I enjoyed Loki, and I've watched it more than once. So
Owen Wilson was also really good in it.
yeah.
Walt Disney World to charge hotel guests for daily housekeeping services.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you serious? God,
Yeah.
they are out of
you want to
control.
clean your room?
Money. Well, they
They are-
do
they
that
are-
every other day kind of thing, but they're penny pinching.
Well, you
Dude,
probably
they are
tip them
getting
anyway.
so greedy. By the way, they had like 6.7 billions in profit just from the park on their quarterly thing. 6.7 billion in profit. So
Like
let's charge
13
people
billion
for
Canadian.
housekeeping.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. All right. So what made that up so high for you?
I just thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I thought it was great. I think I kind of have always sort of liked Doctor Strange, even though it wasn't one that I read consistently with the comics. But I've just always kind of liked him. I like magic. Whenever I play D&D, I'm a wizard or a magic user, so I just kind of like that stuff. And then this movie, I just thought it was just, I'm enjoying right now in the moment. I'm enjoying these things where they're pulling in characters and situations from other experiences that we've had within the Marvel universe. So that Illuminati thing, even though it was not this, like,
It wasn't the comic Illuminati.
For the most part, it was. It just didn't have one or two characters,
There was empty chairs.
Because
So I think they leave that open.
The comic books had Black Bolt and Black Panther and Xavier and
And Iron Man.
and yeah, so the Iron Man was the one that was missing. So
But there was empty chairs, so they left it open to interpretation.
and
or for them to fill in the blank later.
you know that Iron Man had to have created the
robot.
the droids.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, but in the comics, the Iron Man doesn't create Ultron in the comics.
Doesn't Tony Stark create them?
No, Hank
Nope.
Pym.
Hank Pym does in the
Pym
comics.
did it, yeah. But so I don't know. It's just I really enjoyed seeing Mr. Fantastic. I thought that was great.
Yes.
And so I mean, it's just a number of things. I ended up liking America Chavez a lot more than I thought I would.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was a little on the fence with her. I have been since she showed up in the comics. I wasn't that big a fan, but it made sense for the film to introduce her in this way, and I think that
I
she
thought
did
they
a
did a great
fantastic job, and it was and
Kids will like
I-
her.
I enjoyed everything.
I'll tell you what, because my daughters are 13 and 17, and my 13-year-old said it was nice to see a girl my age in a movie instead of a bunch of old men. Like that's what she said.
Like I said, she's very popular with the Disney crowd, and
But I think that they handled her well, and to the point where, like, as a 44-year-old guy, I enjoyed her character and performance. Like, I thought she fit right into the story that they told. I thought they did a great job with her.
And I loved the giant octopus with the one eye. I was like, I was all in. Whenever you have giant monsters and stuff fighting, and they're getting better and better at pulling in these obscure things from the comics and having us fight them, like in Suicide Squad. I loved they used the starfish.
Yeah, Starro.
Some people thought that was cheesy and everything, but I'm like, no, this is comic book. This is what I love.
That was a cool comic book catch.
And so I was all in on this one because it felt like a comic book.
All right, so Red Ranger Chris says his number 2 is Shang-Chi. Ways of the Sith has Loki 2. G-Force has 3 Shang-Chi. Nathan has 3 What If, and that'll segue into my number 3. So, Nate, you and I agree on this one. My number 3 is What If. I loved it, man. I've seen each episode probably 3 or 4 times. Captain Carter is awesome. I'm a huge Peggy Carter fan. And I like seeing the variants of our Marvel heroes. I thought that I love the storytelling. I love the Avengers style team up at the end. I'll watch that series again probably pretty soon. I think there's just a lot of rewatchability to it. So that is my number 3.
Yeah, I agree. My pick is also going to be What If. It was animated. It was almost as good as Spider-Verse animation style, but not quite. Like if they could match that Spider-Verse comic book retro style, they would nail it. Plus, I think it was the most violent of all these movies.
So I'm sensing a theme of Rick. Rick likes violence.
Well, these are action hero movies. Like people get hurt.
So Brian's top 3 before he heads to bed is Loki, Spider-Man, and then Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Good picks.
Red Ranger Chris says No Way Home is his number 1. All right, Fern, you're number 3.
All right. Hey, I'm going to have to cut out. Can I just do my top 3?
Yeah, if you got to go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So WandaVision.
You already have WandaVision as your number 6.
Yeah, Vern.
No.
Come on, man.
No, I don't. Number 6 should be Shang-Chi.
So number 3 is Shang-Chi, which...
No. My number 6 is Shang-Chi.
You did
My
say
number
Shang-Chi.
3 is
He did
WandaVision.
say
He did say that.
It's
You
locked
just-
in now.
you
It's
just-
locked in. It's locked in.
You just
It's locked in.
You
can't
changed
change
it
it.
because
I
you
wondered
tried to.
I wondered if he went back and changed it because I do
but
remember him
it's
saying
the
Shang-Chi back
dude's
then.
locked it
Yeah.
in.
Fix
isn't
is
he?
in.
It's locked in.
Multiverse
Well,
of Madness, and then
It's locked in, and
What?
dude. It's locked in.
and then
So
No Way
Multiverse,
Home.
and then what was your number 1, Vern?
Hold on a minute.
No Way Home.
It has to be No Way
Spider-Man.
Home. There's nothing left.
It's not locked in, Salacious, because I actually said Shang-Chi. Just watch it back.
That makes
All right,
it
guys,
not locked
gotta
in.
go. See you next week.
Cheers, hey,
Bye,
Vern.
Vern.
See you, Vern.
Later.
I like Sonny's thing. John, you enjoyed watching Reed Richards die like a fool. No, I didn't enjoy that part of it. I didn't want to see him get spaghettified, but whatever.
Right, is it
All
me?
right. Yes,
Right.
it's you. What is your number 3?
Right, hold on. What's left over? That one. Can't see the third one that's left. I'm missing one.
You got Black Widow.
Yeah.
You got
Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi,
What's the third one?
Winter
though?
Soldier.
and you got Winter
Oh,
Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi number 3. Wow.
Shang-Chi. I like the big dragon.
That's the highest
That's
Shang-Chi
what she said.
is. All right, Eric, your number 3.
Yep, Shang-Chi as well.
Wow.
Yeah, I really liked it. Simu Liu is awesome. Aquafina is awesome in it. The only real big criticism I have is that the third act was kind of rushed from the training montage with his aunt, played by Michelle Yeoh, to the final action scene. They're getting ready, and then it's immediately final battle.
Right.
So
it felt. I'll tell you. I love the fight scene between his dad and his mom.
Yes.
Where they're using the elements in nature. That was the best
awesome.
part of the whole movie, I thought. I love that scene. Yeah.
Yep.
Like Michelle Yeoh. I didn't like that Aquafina though. I thought she was annoying.
Oh, she's hilarious. I like her.
She is annoying, but she makes me laugh.
I think one thing with Spider-Man No Way Home that was a missed opportunity was they had these two strangers sweeping up the place when Wong opened up the portal.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been Shang-Chi and Amy sweeping up instead of those two random people.
Because they were with Wong at the end, weren't they?
Yeah, because they went with Wong at the end.
Yeah,
Wong opened the door and said, "You guys got to come with me."
Good
so it would have been funny if the reason he pulled them through. It would have been funny if we saw them cleaning up, and that's the whole reason.
Those two people though were a comic Easter egg from Strange Academy. So if you read Strange Academy, they're two of his magic students. So it was an Easter egg for sure.
Spider-Man was missing two things because, of course, no Stan Lee. That would have been, a killer point of the movie, having a cameo that maybe they dug out of the archives or something. And they were missing one villain from all 5 Spider-Man movies, and who's the only guy that wasn't there?
Venom, or
the Rhino. He's the
Rhino.
one character.
Yeah, that was all right.
From those 3 movies they didn't have, and I'm like,
I'm good that they didn't have the Rhino.
Paul Giamatti's Rhino.
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't mind that at all, actually.
He probably wanted $10 million. All
right, Eric, you're number 2. You're runner-up.
Is Spider-Man.
No Way Home. All right, Salacious, you're number 2.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
What makes that so high for you? Just that you've seen it?
I saw all of it.
Good. Rick, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Moon Knight.
Wow, that's up high.
Oscar Isaac was. Look at this show too. It had 3 actors in the whole series. That's it. Basically 3 actors throughout 6 or 8 episodes, compared to every other movie and show here. And Oscar Isaac stole the show. And I really love, that ancient Egypt archaeology kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
And
I fell asleep.
It's neat to see a modern, pretty high budget show or movie on it. And I'm pretty sure we'll see a part 2 or more of this.
I hope so. Yeah, I want to see more.
And the Scarab. Oscar Isaac stole the show. The British character he nailed it.
Yeah, Stephen. I was really surprised how much I like Stephen Grant. I really was.
See Stephen Grant winning an Emmy.
For those of you who might recognize the name, I saw an interview or read an interview Oscar Isaac did for the inspiration he had for Stephen Grant. And he said part of the inspiration for his demeanor he took from Carl Pilkington, Ricky Gervais's friend.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
It's just it's a believable character. And before the movie came out, I was like, a couple of trailers might have hit, and I'm like, okay, so they hire an American guy to play a British role. What's wrong with the world? Couldn't they just hire a British actor? And then, of course, I watched the series, and he plays multiple characters. So originally, I was like, what the hell? Why is he British? Couldn't they have hired, Benedict Cumberbatch or some other British dude?
Well, they hire British actors to play Americans all the time, though.
So because of that, he wins.
Because we're good.
Wins the Best Actor award for Marvel people, I think, as of right now.
Yeah, I thought his acting was off the charts, man. Off the charts.
And a great
Carl
fight scene.
Pilkington taught me entomology.
So my number 2 movie is going to be the Multiverse of Madness. I love the movie. I loved it. I'm a huge Doctor Strange fan of the comics since I was a kid. The lesson of that movie was that he doesn't always have to be the one holding the knife. And I thought his arc in that, it's a great way to take the arc of letting go of his ego from the first movie and then take it to another level without just having him to go through the same arc. And I love seeing the parts of the multiverse that we saw. And I think I was like a lot of you guys. I thought it was just going to be multiverse explosion. Like we're going to see like 30 different. I thought it was going to be cameo. But when I got out of it, I really loved that it didn't end up being that. And it was more specific and self-contained, because if it was just like a cameo fest, that's like fun, but that's like, it's almost like sugar, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, you're just doing something because you're like, oh, look at that. Whereas the multiverse that they showed you was specific to the storytelling, and it made it more of a self-contained story. And I ended up really appreciating that they did that. And I can't wait to see that movie again. I really cannot wait to see it. I loved it.
I'll have to watch that one again. I like to see each of those little universes like in a freeze frame. Like, oh, what's this one?
Yeah.
What's this one? And
Dude, they had the noir universe
or something.
Dude, they had the noir universe in there. I mean, there were some of them that were. It was really cool what they showed.
You know, they're going to explain that in like bonus features on the DVD.
Yeah. Oh, well, totally. They're totally got to break down those shots. Yeah.
And the one with the dinosaurs totally had to be
Savage Land.
Yeah. Right. Savage Land. Yeah.
Yep. All right, John, you're number 2, and then you're number 1.
Oh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is number 2. I love those characters, and I fell in love with the show from the minute I hit play. I love how that begins with them fighting in that plane and stuff. And to me, that was like that. I've watched that show probably like 10 times. I think it's good from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Solid,
it's a great show.
Solid show.
Yep.
And I love. Part of it is because I love the Captain America arc. I love the Captain America going into Winter Soldier, going into Civil War, and then what we saw in Infinity and Endgame, and then this just progresses with the Winter Soldier and Falcon story, and that's some of my favorite Marvel is the Cap to Falcon to Winter Soldier story arc. That whole thing is some of my favorite MCU stuff. I just love that Winter Soldier movie and Civil War so much. So then number 1 is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep, I'm gonna agree with you. It's my favorite too.
It was just my brother and I sitting in the theater watching that together, and we were constantly just like, oh, no way. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Like, so it was like, there hasn't been a movie that brought out that all these emotions since, like, say, Endgame, and I mean, it still gets me when Captain America picks up the hammer in Endgame,
yeah, that's awesome.
And there was moments like that. There were moments like that in No Way Home that made me feel that same way.
Yep.
And
I love that movie. Like even the second time watching it again, I felt the same feelings I felt the first time watching it. And it was such a great homage to Spider-Man and the arc in the movie and the core of his character that he's willing to potentially sacrifice, the universe to redeem the villains, right? To save them. Because he learned the lesson of great power, great responsibility. And I honestly, I think No Way Home is my favorite MCU movie. I love that movie.
I'm going to be really controversial here now. Then I haven't liked any of the new. I love Spider-Man. He was my favorite when I was little, but I don't like any of the new ones.
But you haven't even watched it. You said.
Well, I've seen some of it.
Well, you'll like the ending of this one, if nothing else, because it sets up, I think, what you will like for the future.
Yeah. It was tremendous.
I like Spider-Man and his amazing friends when he's with Firestar, and
Yeah, that's a good cartoon.
That's
I
the
love
best
that
one.
cartoon.
And he's in
I
his
like
flat.
the current Spider-Man, who's a British guy who plays an American teenager. It's well cast, but he's the best Spider-Man so far.
He is, yeah.
Why
I
they
agree.
couldn't hire an American accented person beyond me, but it's
All right, he nailed the role,
it's all
man.
different now.
Nailed the role. I
Yeah,
love
for sure.
just the whole storytelling, the getting to see Toby again and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's redemption in the third act was like, you really felt that, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like and just that I just think that was such a nice bit of storytelling in there. And I just, again, I mean, I can't say enough about how much I love that movie. It is my favorite MCU movie.
I actually really liked the Andy Garfield Spider-Man movies. I think they're like
The first one I
were-
really liked. Yeah, I liked
I
the
were-
first
I-
one. The
I-
second one,
I wanted to see that third film and have the stuff with the Rhino on the street finished, but we never got it. So that's another reason I like this, is because I got to see that version come back, and
Yeah, it was a big, huge effort by, I guess, Marvel and Sony, whoever put all this together. Like, they were able to do that. Like, that's pretty cool. We haven't seen a lot of that, and it's neat because we are going to see more of it now with, Michael Keaton returning as Batman in 2 different, films or series, and I love all these little Easter eggs and stuff like that. And it's retro's back again, and that's
especially if
why
it's done
my
right.
number one is the Hawkeye. Like, it was the most retro, diehard feeling, heartwarming, Christmassy themed, just because it happened at Christmas, of all of anything on this list. And even before I watched it, the Hawkeye character was my least favorite of all the Avenger guys. Like, he's the only guy with no powers. Like, he shows up, he's late, whatever. He's just the Arrow guy. But now he did great in this show. And this show, I like him a lot better now. And that's why I picked. I think this is the most fun Marvel of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows. And I liked it enough. It was better than
we got that musical.
He's
because I've
playing the
seen
character.
none of these movies in the theater. No theaters were open when most of these movies came out for me. So I watched all these at home, and the Hawkeye I thought was the most fun. And it actually happened we watched it during Christmas time too. So
I liked that that Hawkeye was still
something.
struggling with the stuff that he had done. He was
For
still
sure.
struggling with the loss of Black Widow there, and that what happened during that. He was still struggling with what he did when he was Ronin. You know what I mean? They really made the character feel like he had weight behind him because
for sure it was very Disney-fied. With the female character being 50% role of the whole show, and her sewing up the costumes, and getting the LARPers involved and stuff. Like, it was fun. It was actually I really enjoyed it. Like, there wasn't like cliffhangers like, oh, what's gonna happen next week, and it was just a fun expansion of this character that we really got to see do F all in all the movies, right? Like, he was an important character, but I mean, he didn't, snap his finger and save everyone.
And bringing in Wilson Fisk, I mean, come on. I mean,
absolutely, the Kingpin.
The Kingpin is just awesome.
They upped him to a new
awesome.
level. Yeah. The way they filmed him, and his, they gave him a little bit of powers now, which I don't remember seeing any of that in the TV show. But yeah, he looked badass and big.
Yeah.
Thick and chunky, and how we want him to look.
Yeah.
Fabulous's number one is Doctor Strange. Nate's number one is Falcon and the Winter Soldier because of Sam and Bucky's relationship, and he loves the comic book about the first Captain America being black.
Yep.
That was cool that they included Isaiah Bradley in there for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Jonathan says No Way Home. G-Force's number one is No Way Home. Michael Cherry says Garfield is British.
And I guarantee you, next Christmas time, I'll watch the Hawkeye series again.
I'll totally watch it at Christmas. It's like a good, it's like a Christmas movie. Yep.
It's a new movie added to my Christmas watching list. like
Yep.
Elf.
I totally agree. All right, Salacious, what's your number one?
So it's got to be Black Widow. It's
I
everything
like Florence Pugh. I like her little jacket. It's got pockets.
It's got a lot of pockets.
Great costumes in that movie.
All right, Eric, and your number one is?
Doctor Strange. Obvious reasons out there. That writer I mentioned that also did Loki is also the guy who's doing Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie, Michael Waldron. So I'd be on the lookout for more of his work. I'm not going to lie. When I saw the movie, I can't believe I avoided spoilers. I had COVID when the tickets went on sale, and I missed getting it for the Thursday night screening, which I always try to get. So I saw it Sunday matinee. For sure thought everything was going to be spoiled. But I got up out of my seat and yelled out F yeah when we saw Mr. Fantastic. And
yeah.
I
was really
we
surprised
okay with,
because I hadn't seen the spoilers either. I hadn't seen them, and I was so surprised when they showed him.
Are we good to talk about this or off limits?
No, you just already for everyone in the
we already
chat.
did earlier, so yeah.
Well, someone else said Mr. Fantastic.
It's on Entertainment Tonight and stuff, so it's I don't know.
Okay, it's fair game now.
I'm
the
gonna
clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
the clips on YouTube.
Yeah,
Clip
it's on
is
YouTube now. I mean, it's everywhere.
Okay.
It was on YouTube.
All right.
in
I
the
just don't want
summertime.
to. Yeah. So
Is
Aegon is
confirmed
asking,
for
are we
coming
winning
back,
yet?
or
Yes,
is it
I
Well,
won.
that's
I
what-
did win.
I sure as hell hope so. I'm not huge
Yeah.
into fan casting most of the time, but I hope he comes back as the main 616 Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's perfect for the role.
He's
I really think he's
directing-
perfect.
The new rumors, he's directing the Fantastic
Well,
Four
that's
movie.
That's what I was just about to say, because John Watts, the guy who did the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, backed out. So
That's right,
hopefully
yeah.
that means
I wonder why he backed out, because he did. I mean, he did a great job.
I thought he
with
was
the
awesome.
Spidey trilogy.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
loved it. But hopefully it's just a sign that John Krasinski can come in for Fantastic Four.
I
the-
like
the
all
only-
the movies he's made. He's made good movies.
What else has
Yeah.
he done other than The Quiet Place 1 and 2?
I think that's
Okay.
it.
I really
The-
liked both those movies, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah. The
Actually, no, he's done a couple other ones. I can't think of the top of my head now. I watched one recently, but they're a little spooky-ish. And he's not in this other one I can't think of.
two things I wish happened differently in the film. One, I wish they didn't have in the trailer and the concept of the Illuminati period. That would have been so much more
that would have been
impactful.
better. to
Yeah,
go
that would have been
blind,
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably knew leaks were on their way with at least Patrick Stewart and whatnot. But
Well, how cool was it that the 90s X-Men theme played?
I
covered in.
I was doing
Yeah.
this in the theater. That was
I
my
was
fists.
fist pumping. Yeah.
Yeah,
My wife and daughters looked at me like, "Why are you excited?"
yeah.
like,
I
what?
was so
So-
happy.
I gotta ask though, because when Doctor Strange flew through an animated world, he turned into an animated character. Does that mean that Professor X was directly from the cartoon?
Not necessarily,
Because when he
didn't say.
enters our universe, he'd become human. The reverse would happen, correct?
Well, why couldn't
I
that
mean,
have been the
if
what
a normal
animated universe?
human turns into a cartoon,
Well,
wouldn't a
but
cartoon
there could
turn
be
normal?
more than. Well, no. If you're in that universe, I think you would look as that universe looks.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So-
all of
So
those, all of
this
those characters
Professor
were from
X
that
just happened to
universe.
have the same chair. You know what I mean? So it's like you could.
No,
You could
because
have
if
the
he
same
had come
version.
from the cartoon universe, he would have turned human in the human universe.
But
Right.
they said all of the members of that Illuminati were from that universe, not the
Right.
cartoon.
Oh,
They were
weren't
all from that universe. Yeah,
they weren't
yeah.
from different
That
universes.
Black Bolt
No.
was the exact same Black Bolt from the TV series.
Well, same
Right, but
actor,
Same-
yeah.
Same actor.
And
And
same
I don't know
actor,
what
yeah.
universe that was in.
But again,
Well, that's-
the Illuminati. When you're in that universe, every person from that universe is from that universe. Like it's not
I
a
thought-
multiverse. It's not a
I thought
multiverse
the
Illuminati.
was outside the universe. I thought
In
it
the
was just a
comics,
little
they
pocket.
do that, but for this, the Illuminati was just from that universe.
Gotcha. Okay.
Was it 838 or something
Yeah.
they called it?
Yeah.
I was so two other things that you reminded me about. So since they did Black Bolt, how I think that was cool. I'm happy they did that, and maybe they do the Inhumans.
I loved that he
justice
even
someday.
had the wings. I love
Yeah.
that he had the full suit with the little
But-
antler.
Same
everything.
actor too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
same actor.
it's weird though that they chose to do Black Bolt and introduce the concept of Inhumans, albeit in the multiverse, and then they're doing Ms. Marvel as not an Inhuman.
Right.
Oh, I see.
So that's
agree.
kind of weird to me. Maybe it works out. I'm still excited for that show to come
And that's
out.
next. That's
I
next
don't-
month.
yeah.
is Marvel.
Yeah,
I don't like that they've made her cosmic powered like Captain Marvel. I don't like that at all.
But the other thing, this is really dumb and stupid, but at the end, I was somewhat hoping when we saw America Chavez training at Kamertage, I was hoping we'd see like a it would pan away to other people training or other wizards or sorcerers in training doing their stuff, and we would have seen Ned Leeds. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, that would have been funny. Yeah.
So, yeah, genuinely enjoyed that. I could do with a lot more Wong. I hope
Wong
they
was
do that.
great.
I hope they do that Wong Disney Plus series that Benedict Wong has been trying to pitch in the like interview circuit and whatnot. The press
On his character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can see it happening because, like, not to point dude out, dude, you were gonna like this multiverse movie before it came out. Like, I know you're a fan of that character. I assumed you would have liked this movie, but that whole universe where Wong's training and all that, they've created all that CGI and they put all that work in, so it wouldn't be a huge budget or a new leap to continue on with a series based on some characters from Wong and what we just saw with Chavez and stuff training. It's totally realistic, I think, because it's not going to cost, it's not going to take 8 years to make like it did with the Doctor Strange movie. It's a good call. I think we could see that universe again on a Disney Plus series, and Wong would be the main character, I think, because he's popular. He's a great actor. He's a popular character now. Right?
Oh, I loved him as an actor. He's amazing in what was the
He's
other
got
one?
a
Sunny?
Marco Polo,
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
a
he was
couple
good in
movies
Marco
where he's
Polo, but the
pretty
other one he
violent.
did with
the comic series. Rick Remender's.
Sonny
high
was
school-
the main character. I liked that one.
There's one where he's a teacher.
Oh,
at a
was he
school
also
with
in-
assassins.
Yeah, that was really good, Rick. I love
pretty
that
good.
show.
It's pretty violent.
That
too.
show should not have gotten canceled. That was so good.
Is that what happened?
Hey,
Oh, wow.
what's up, Steve-O?
Which
Hey,
which
Steve-O.
one was that, Rick? I didn't hear him. What were you saying?
I think it's on Netflix. He's like a high school teacher of a bunch
Yeah,
of
was
the,
down
on-
low.
the
it was on
dark,
Sci-Fi
the dark,
here.
the dark class or the black class.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
The
I guess that one season. or
Deadly
something.
Class.
Deadly Class. That's it. It's the Rick Remender one. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sunny,
By the way, if
Sunny
you
is not
haven't-
enjoying Phase 4 at all.
If you haven't,
I'm not
read,
really either because I've not been in the theaters.
If you haven't read
In
a lot
Star
of Rick
Wars.
Remender's
It is the
stories,
worst.
you gotta
It is the
check out his
worst.
comics.
It is the worst phase so far.
It's starting out slow.
It's the phase of Disney Plus,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
It's going
it's
to
not
heat up.
bad. It's a new
Well,
version of
I like
this
having
entertainment for
more.
us.
I like having more, but Disney Plus, and same with the Star Wars shows, suffers from the formulaic problem of the episodes aren't self-contained, and it's meant to make you have clickbait to wonder what's the MacGuffin that's coming, and then it all has to build to this final crescendo in the last episode that usually falls flat. And they have a habit of not showing their heroes and their heroes' superpowers until really the final episode.
Well, I think a lot of the television
I think they're
shows are
stretching these
suffering-
out.
A lot of the shows are suffering from editors and writers being so stuck in the past. They're writing these shows and editing them to the lengths in ways that fit a broadcast network show.
Right.
And you don't have to do that anymore because none of these are ever going to show up on a broadcast.
Right.
They even have fade to black and pause.
They have
where the commercial
pauses.
at the
Yeah.
12
That's
minute
because you
mark
can
would
have
never be
Disney,
a commercial.
but you can have Disney Plus and pay less and have commercials.
That's
So I
right.
think
It's a
they
technique.
do that purposely.
Yeah, they do.
It's why
Yeah.
there's they don't shoot for 30 minutes at a time without yelling cut, unless it's like a big scene in 1917 or those big one-shot scenes where they put a lot of effort and they actually get it in one shot and you don't see a microphone and nobody trips and they get their lines right. Like, they're brilliant in cinematography, history, but it's not possible to do that with every one of your
But
lower budget.
when you're
TV
editing
shows.
stuff together, you don't put a black screen between every single cut. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no.
It's like they only do that when it's like fade to commercial. So I just and I don't understand why they got to fit into a broadcast length of time. Like they're either doing half hour or 1 hour chunks, and I don't agree with that anymore. It doesn't have to be that long. If it takes you an hour and 10 minutes to tell the story, then let the thing be an hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
That's
what I liked about
on purpose.
But that's what I liked about Peacemaker was that the episodes went anywhere from like 40 to like an hour and 5 hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And each story was self-contained. And yeah, it built and it left you with like something else, but they would resolve major arcs and questions by the third or fourth episode, but then they introduced new ones, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Disney, there's no resolution until the final 10 minutes of the last episode. And then and I wanted to highlight Jonathan's point, says the Disney shows for the most part don't have an ending. They're all about leading into other things. And that's, I agree. And the storytelling is suffering because of that.
Yeah. And the other thing too is with some of these shows, like especially with the Mandalorian of the first season, like the first season, I want to watch as a nonstop, like 3.5 or 4 hour long movie. So I think when they're done, like if you want to put it out each week as one episode each week, fine. But when you're done, make a second cut.
Yes, it's just like a movie cut.
That's just like a movie cut. Yeah. So we have the option.
Agree.
If we want to go back and watch it episodically, we still can. Leave those up there. But do a special movie cut so all the that you can just watch it.
Yeah, because it would flow better if it just kind of kept flowing. And you know what actually could they should do as a movie cut are the final 4 episodes of Clone Wars. That should just be a movie.
Too, exactly. Yeah, some of those things.
That should totally be a movie. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. They should do a supercut like after it comes out. Because Moon Knight would probably flow better if it was just one cut.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
That last episode still resolves too quickly.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, but that's the problem is you wait until the final 10 minutes to resolve 6 episodes of storytelling.
Yeah.
And again, that's why Peacemaker worked so much better is because they literally revealed and resolved things by the 3rd or 4th episode, and then they built upon it.
They built on other
Whereas,
stuff.
like, if it was Disney, the stuff that happened in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th episode wouldn't have all happened until the 8th episode.
Yeah.
I'd rather have, like, the big event of the 3rd act, if you will, come as early on in the 3rd act as possible so that you can still build on top.
Right.
At the end.
Exactly. Yeah, because everything is just resolved too neatly by the end, and then it's and wait, now you got to wait till the next season to really get everything fulfilled. Yeah,
but there's a balance to that because on one other hand, and maybe other people won't agree with me on this, but the opposite end of this spectrum is something like Return of the King, right, where you feel like it never ends.
Right.
But I've watched those. I mean, I even just recently went through and rewatched all of the Lord of the Rings and all the Hobbits, and I didn't mind. And I watched the extended versions, and I had no problem sitting through them, even though
maybe
they're
it's
4
just
hours
because I had
long,
to piss really bad.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's the thing. If I have to go to the bathroom, I pause it and go to the bathroom. If I want to make dinner, I pause it and go make dinner. I just technically I am not watching them in one sitting. but I choose where I pause it and go get something to eat and then come back and continue.
I'm going back to when it came out in theater.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't want to do what the Batman did and add a fourth act, right? Like the Batman was like 20-30 minutes too long, and it suffered by adding that fourth act, which was meant to be just the faceless CGI. You know what I mean? Like like you have to have a big climactic battle, whereas I thought it ended where it ended. You know what I mean? Like that was totally wasteful to do that fourth act.
Yeah. I felt like it was just a way to sort of shoehorn in Darkseid because I kind of feel like they weren't going to give him a chance to bring Darkseid in. They weren't going to continue with those movies. You know what I mean? So he had to make this cut and sort of shoehorn him in.
Right.
And I liked when his Omega beams did the angular shot. I thought that was cool. I was like, at least they did it the same way the comics, how they shoot in like these weird angular ways. And, but again, I'm watching it going, he's not my Darkseid. He's not doing what Darkseid did. He's not acting like Darkseid does. He's not looking like Darkseid does. It's like, and it was kind of like the same way that I didn't really care. I like Oscar Isaacs. I like him as an actor. I liked like his acting in X-Men Apocalypse, but that was not my Apocalypse. Apocalypse doesn't have that light of a voice. He doesn't.
That was a bad character.
Apocalypse has a real powerful voice with energy and power behind it. I'm going back to the cartoons where he's like, I am all powerful, and it's like there wasn't that feeling. Like when you hear that guy talk in the old X-Men cartoons, you don't even have to see the character on screen. You don't have to know who it is. You just hear that voice and you're like, holy shit, this guy's got some power behind him. This guy's going to kick ass. But when you hear Oscar Isaac's voice come out of him, and it's so wimpy and soft that it's like, what? This guy's no threat. Like, why would I be scared of this guy?
Oscar Isaac would have been a good Bruce Banner, I think, in this MCU. I like who we have, but I also, think Oscar would have been great.
Yep, and I agree with what Sai says here. In any format, I'm glad we get extra stuff, and I agree because without it, there's not much to watch. So I'm totally agree. I totally agree.
Absolutely.
Yep, and then I like what Sonny says. I'd love to see a Raimi cut because supposedly there was reshoots and a lot of stuff cut. And I'll tell you, that's the other thing I liked about Multiverse of Madness was it felt like a Raimi film in a good way. Like I really enjoyed. Like it felt like like how the first Spider-Man felt like a comic book movie. This had that Raimi touch to it, and I really appreciated that.
It did, but it didn't have the comedy. I don't think that Spider-Man had, even with the same character, Doctor Strange. He had a couple of one-liners in Spider-Man himself, but he had all the one-liners in the multiverse, and they weren't all funny. Like there was no one else to give some comic relief in that movie. Like I like Wong a lot. Like usually he brought some of that, I guess. He's my favorite character from that universe. Wong.
Yeah. Did the green guy die? Did the green
Rintra?
Yeah, did he die?
I don't think so.
And by the way, Rintra, after seeing the movie, Rintra is even more disappointing as a Build-A-Figure after seeing the movie. Like I was already disappointed in that Build-A-Figure, but after seeing how much detail was on his robes and they just have plain, I don't even know where that thing is.
Well, that's the big dude.
That is the worst Build-A-Figure I've ever had is Rintra. It is so disappointing.
It was weird because why would they invest in all the special effects and all the visual effects and whatnot for that character? And
they didn't even use them.
Pointless. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just to show like a character like that exists.
He was just sort of there. Yeah, he was just sort of there. But then with the other side of it too was like my mom said afterwards, she was like, the only thing I don't understand is why there was only one alien.
Yeah,
Like,
Right.
it's just the
if they're
token.
gonna
It's-
show one,
Right.
why not show like 3 or 4 different ones? She was like,
Yeah.
she kind of
So
thought there'd be,
Rintra,
like,
Rintra Build-A-Figure, no magic effects. I'm gonna stop sharing. So no, let me do this. So no magic effects. His hooves are like cockeyed, so he can't stand. And then his robe is just one color.
plain,
And
yeah.
like you couldn't have done less effort there. When I saw him on screen, I couldn't believe how detailed his robes were. Like they and just no magic effect, no weapon. So this to me was the
He
end of
doesn't
me
even have the
buying
layered
extra figures
fur
to
like
have a
the-
Build-A-Figure. Yeah,
He had layered fur with multiple colors and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
they just spray
worst
painted
build a
green in this
figure, but you know what? This was the end of me buying 2 to 3 extra figures in a wave to do a build a figure. Now I'm done. I won't ever do it again.
Will
I'll
we
play the
see
long
that
game and
character again?
get it on sale.
I think if he lived, we do see him again in the Wong show.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right,
Then we
so
get to-
next week,
We get a lot of screen time.
Salacious, where's Three Men and Monkey Lizard next week? Is it you? It's you, correct?
It's me. We've got an Irish special, dude. An Irish special. So we've got the Three Men and the Monkey Lizard, and we've got Mr. Jonathan Redmond, aka Blinky, and we've got Connor Fuller, aka Fuller's Figures, and we've got Mr. Brian from Brian's Action Figures, and we're doing a bit of an Irish special, but we're also reminiscing on the past, and we're
So
doing
it's an Irish
top-
special. Irish
Yeah.
special.
Irish special, and we're doing reminiscing on the past. We're doing top 5 vintage toy vehicles.
Nice.
Top 5 vintage toy vehicles.
Do you still have to own them?
No,
Dude rules.
Well, I'm just clarifying.
no, because I know you don't collect vintage, so no, that would be harsh. So no, it's just
Well,
your
he's
top
got.
5.
I saw that he's got some of the Barbie vintage vehicles.
What's
Oh,
the
yeah,
cutoff year for vintage? Is it 1990?
Yeah, you do kind of have to have that because in 1990 it goes from vintage toys to extreme toys.
Oh, I actually think I put 80s. It's top 5 80s toy vehicles. That's what.
Even better.
So anytime in the 80s.
Toy vehicle. Top 5. That's it. No other rules. You haven't got to own it. It's just your top 5 favorite toy
Top 5.
vehicles.
All right, I'm gonna have to think back to what I had growing up. That's a good one, and it's to honor our Irish fans and friends, making us the number 16 leisure. Is that correct,
That's right.
Salacious? Leisure podcast in Ireland.
Yeah, we're 16th in the iTunes podcast charts in Ireland under the leisure category. So I think
That's
that's
pretty good.
basically. I think that's basically Jonathan, Connor, and Brian. To be honest,
I think that's it. Yes, I think that's them watching us.
so we're rewarding them. We're rewarding them.
They don't have
So-
Apple there. Don't they have like Shamrock phones?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to. By the way, I love Shamrock Shakes. So just for our Irish friends, I do love Shamrock Shakes. Sunny says, "Have you guys seen The Northman?" I haven't seen it.
I want to.
What streaming service is it on? Do we have it in this territory?
It's in cinemas.
Is it in
I
cinemas?
just saw it the other night, and it's actually it's pretty freaking
It's
good.
okay. So it's a movie. It's not a show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to check it
It
out.
could have
really
been
wanna
a
see
show, like the way it's even presented on the screen. It's like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I think they kind of broke it down in a way, so it could have been a Disney Plus or whatever. It was well done. It's the dude from True Blood who made it and got all roided up and became a hippie, and
Alexander Skarsgård.
it's pretty Conan-ish
The
in a way.
Sarsgaard.
I like all Viking stuff like that, but it's well done. I was impressed.
I'll have to check it out.
It'll-
You know what
it'll
movie?
win lots of
There's
awards
2
for sure.
movies that I really want to see. I want to see I think it's called The Unbearable Weight of Talent, which is the Nicolas Cage movie
Yeah, I
where he
wanna
plays
see that
himself. Oh my god, dude! I
really
cannot
wanna
wait to see
That
that.
looks so funny.
And I want to see the Michelle Yeoh Multiverse movie.
Yeah.
I really want to
Good
see
things
both
about
those
that
movies.
as well.
With regards to the Northman, I'm always partial to a bit of brigandage.
I don't even know what does that mean.
I don't know if it's funny.
I don't know if I can say. Burning
Okay.
villages,
There's lots of that.
And
All right,
then
so
our
we're
work-
going to end with
other
this.
stuff- other
So
things.
at tomorrow is officially the 2-year anniversary of the Nerdery's first video. So we're going to end. I'm going to show you guys how I started my first video.
Yeah.
All right, can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so this was my creative genius when I started my YouTube channel.
Got a good beat.
Funky intro.
I'm just a guy building up my collection, targeting sentimental questing for specific waves and specific movie sets or scenes that I'd like.
I think I have a 90-second intro.
We're going to check out my very first lot.
You got to get them views.
I targeted and went all in for it.
I need someone to make me a 3-minute intro
Other listings and rate the purchase
that I can loop for like 20
Look,
minutes.
this is a lot of foreplay.
Then
A lot of
close it out
foreplay
with
before the
some
video
black
even
series
starts.
I made you. I
icons.
made you.
Connect with
I
the
made you one.
collector community and share
Rick.
with you my quest to
What are you
build-
editing in, dude?
Thank you for joining me. Super excited. Let's check it out.
All right, so that's how it all started. So my first video
All right, Neil.
was about an eBay lot win.
What do you edit with?
iMovie.
Yeah, same here. I'm just learning, like, literally since summertime. I've spent my
Yeah,
whole life on
that's-
an Apple computer with that program preloaded, but never used it until like the summer. As you
So
can tell, in
that's
my
Are we
That's
getting
how it all
anywhere
started.
behind the scenes videos, Rick?
well, to tell you what, I might, if I have the balls, I'll post a bit. I was asked to post a little happy birthday video to one of my best buddies. He lives in Malaysia now, from his wife, and I'm like, okay. She had like a little list of 10 things she'd like me to say or whatever, right? So I'm like, fuck, I'm making a day of this. So I went to like previous locations where me and him grew up playing football and high school football and junior football and stuff. And I set up a tripod and a camera and I filmed. And I might have filmed like 40 minutes worth of stuff and I edited it down to like 10 minutes. The cool little tripod quest music in the background. And I send it to her and she's blown away. And she's like, wow, that's like 10 times more than I expected. And I appreciate the effort and stuff you put into editing it. And the thing is, my buddy Claude, he's a professional like video maker. Like that's what he does for a living, is makes rock videos and Honda car commercials, and grew up making the X-Files when right out of high school. So I'm kind of curious to see what he thinks of my latest, task of editing. I didn't impress myself, but that's why I asked you, because I'm still learning, and I'm learning on the most basic video editing tool that exists, right? Like it is made for children to do it, right? And I'm thinking about getting a Premiere just because you can do so much stuff that I want to do. Like I'm an artist, I'm a graphic designer, and if I'm gonna have videos on YouTube, I better have graphics and stuff on it, right? Like it's just silly that it all costs money. It's not all free. Like even on StreamYard, you want to put your own graphics and stuff up, you got to pay your $10 to $20 a month just to throw your logo instead of a duck logo, or to change your background, or little frames around everyone's pictures. Like I'm just learning a lot about this industry of video and all this crap. It's quite neat, man, and I look forward to learning editing.
Well, I want to thank you guys for hopping on. Big thanks to John at Super Awesome Geek Show, Rick at Left Coast, and Eric, who does not have a YouTube channel, but someday we will peer pressure him into it. As you can see, Eric, you see where mine started, and I don't know how much better it is at this point, but you've got to start somewhere. So
I'll
thank
try
you
to-
guys. Thanks to everyone for hanging out tonight, and let us know in the comments who your runner-up list was to mine, because mine was the best list as always. And next week we'll be on Salacious Rum's channel. And thanks to everyone for hanging out. I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thanks.
Thanks, dude. You
Have
too.
a good weekend, everyone.
Bye,
Cheers.
everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're back. Dude's Nerdery. Oka Studios. Hey there. Sean Solo 8. Salacious Rum. Together, we're unstoppable. We are Of course, Freeman and a monkey lizard bringing out toys to play. That's right, Freeman and a monkey lizard bringing out toys to play. Freeman